and it got so awkward. Sound kind of stopped. What's up with that? Also, maybe I'm onto something with this whole fear thing since that guard or knight or whatever. Yeah, so I'm curious to see what's happening in the water. But also, why is Lauren being so fucking sketchy and like being very insinuating and being like, oh, I like maybe you guys should be doing this, but I'm not saying do this, but maybe you guys should be doing this, but not, I'm not saying do this. Oh, you guys did this. Why did you do this? I was not telling you to do this. Tell us what you want us to do, yeah? Lauren.
All right. We'll move on from there to Ribort and Rob.
I did a wonderful job. The show did not maybe go 100% smoothly, but no hiccups from me and no catastrophe other than maybe the tents almost breaking, but it did not, and it actually looked very cool. So I'm doing great.
Well, there you go. Ribort's in a good mental state. Has been doing his job well and making it look good. That's great. Uh, Bungie, we'll come back to you because I think we're going to start the episode with you, so that'll explain where your mental state is, anyways. Um, we will move on over to Teo and Anna.
I got my money back at the end, right? They gave it back after I just gave them a stern looking at.
Yeah, you caught the young man with his hand on your purse. He didn't actually get to take it. You looked down and caught him in the act, and he was like, sorry, and then he ran off.
Then all's right in the world. We're fine.
That's it?
We're vibing. Yeah,
All's
no,
fine.
as long as money wasn't actually taken, we're vibing.
Okay. Aaron, your turn.
Wait, we can poison the well?
That was not discussed. You don't have any idea about that. Come on now.
No, she's just kind of chilling. She's still very unhappy that there are a lot of children who clearly are not being fed well. But right now she's cool to just hang with Teo and wander around the town.
Well, good. Just enjoying the experience, hanging out with people. Doesn't have a lot of feelings surrounding the circumstances at the moment. So we'll go over to Ori at this point. Final member.
Well, Ori was having a great time messing with people and watching all of the chaos ensue. However, he's definitely questioning things now. Going out on the town, was just gonna steal a little gold, have a little fun, and now sees this vision of all of these people's, fate and what is going to become of the area and the town if it stays on its current trajectory. And now it's feeling a little heavy, and he is starting to wonder what needs to be done to stop this. Maybe stop stealing their money for starts.
Let's stop stealing their money. Okay. So we have some ideas about where everybody is. Is there anything else someone would like to say before we begin tonight? Nope. Okay. So we are going to move over to Bungie. Last episode, some events happened, and you couldn't be part of the game anymore, which is fine. And we didn't see where Bungie had gone after everybody else had left. So
I went to my room.
we will start with that. So at the moment that Teo, Aaron, and Ori had headed off, and Tagi and Ribort had turned to go speak with Lorne Laurent, you turned left to go back to your room. What happened next?
I went back to my room because obviously as the only one of only two people who had a successful evening, the other being the French frog. Mm-hmm. Always make friends with your crew. Tech crew is important. Feed them, love them, respect them. You won't die. That's the rule of theater. But Bungie goes back into her room or whatever, the
your tent
area. Mm-hmm. And so she goes to her trunk and pulls out, she goes to get changed. It's a black set of clothes, maybe pajamas. I don't know. We don't know. She's looking, and then she puts on, her face mask and tucks her hair back and makes sure she's completely covered. Covers her face. Grabs her duffel bag. You don't see exactly what's being put in the said bag, but she loads up her bag like it's normal. Just gets ready, and then proceeds then to sneak out of the back of the tent and head into the town.
Okay. Heading into the town, you kind of creep amongst the population, who it's starting to become darker in the evening, obviously. And you see that there are many individuals either traveling to and from work or getting the opportunity to go to the circus and taking part in the next act that's out there. You can hear cheers, you can hear laughter. You see people wandering about the thoroughfare, playing various games and watching jugglers and eating, concessions. So you step from there into the city. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. So gonna go keeping to the shadows and making sure not to be seen. Obviously, like we don't need paparazzi. Like I'm a star. I can't just go wandering out willy-nilly. But yeah, gonna go to so kind of keeping an eye on the groups of folks and kind of seeing like where some of the particular individuals that she noticed at the show. Gonna kind of go in the direction of some of the more. That's my child
Very
laughing.
loud.
From rooms away. I don't know where he gets his loudness from. It's very strange.
No idea.
So anyway, so yeah, following some of the individuals, probably kind of heading towards more of the townsy people part of town. Like not the ritzy part.
The working class
Yeah.
area of town.
Just to get a view. Anyway, yeah, so that direction, heading into more of the residential areas of town.
Give me an aware roll, if you would.
I don't think I loaded my family. This is fine. It's fine. We're just a second. We're just joining. It's fine. I'll roll on my behalf, Tyson.
Roll on your behalf. All right. Let's see what I get.
There's also a lack of Taki on Fantasy Grounds as well. Cough, cough, Sanan, cough, cough.
Yeah, that's fine. I got a 5. So a 7.
Actually,
total.
I will go ahead and roll myself.
You're way.
Hold on.
We'll wait for just
I'm sorry.
a second,
Technical. I got excited. We're looking at the Fantasy Ground screen. Yeah, just aware. Oh, hey. Everything really goes so fast when you want it to go. Okay, I'm doing awareness. I'm doing it right now.
Aware.
Boom.
Okay, you got a 4, so you're less than me. Are you okay? Are you okay with that overall 6, or did you want to?
I'll use an ace from the last time to make up for. Okay. I mean, who knows? It's the first roll. There, that's better.
Go 13. Go 13. You see one of the young girls from your show walking with her mother back to their house. They're not too far off. You can see where they enter the house, looking a bit sullen and yeah. What do you do from there?
Gonna follow them to their residence, staying out of sight again in the shadows and kind of sneaking. I don't know why Pink Panther is playing in my mind when I'm doing it. Yeah. Are they inside? Have they gone inside the residence?
So they did step inside, yeah.
Okay. So then you see Bungie kind of sneak to the front door to try to stay kind of in the shadows in the bush, whatever's over there, and then gonna start rifling through my bag, and you don't see exactly what's been grabbed out of there, but when she kind of moves, there's a small sack on the doorstep, and as she steps away to hide, and then hides behind the house.
So the mother and the daughter have just been inside, taking their shoes off and their coat off and whatnot. It's very short after that point. So they step outside and they see this bag, and the mom reaches down and grabs it and looks inside. What's there?
So this one of the townspeople, was this like one of the the little girls that was wearing the fancy clothes, but obviously they didn't belong to them.
Yes, so this would have been one of the audience members who had been having problems with paying for things like concessions and all that kind of stuff.
Perfect. So when the mom kind of grabs in there, pulls out fabric and looks at it, and it's a small dress of bungees that, you know, obviously about the same size as the small child. And this dress got like a small little scuff on it. Just obviously, I'm not going to wear it anymore. You know, like,
Yeah, it's not perfect anymore.
No, it's not perfect. But, you know, maybe a little kid, you know, she won't notice. And then there's another bag in there, and she pulls it out, and it's some of the like popcorn that was going to get tossed out, maybe a couple candy apples or whatever, some of the stuff that was just going to get thrown out. And then like you see Bungie just
Sneak
away
off. So
to another
Bungie
house.
Bungie's been delivering goodies to some of the people in town that she has available, I'm assuming. That's what she's been doing with her time away.
Yes, this is not a first time. Bungie has been doing this for a while. No one knows. She will not get caught doing it. Yeah, about every night or so, there's at least a couple of, you know, just the whole wasting of food thing when people are hungry seems to bother her.
Okay. I mean, that's great. It's wonderful. It's reverse Robin Hooding or something.
Yeah. And then after the night's events or whatever, she'll end up sneaking back in and then sliding into her bed.
So I'm gonna say that it is during these administrations of pleasantries and goods that you're giving to people, gifts to the folk. You are wandering through some of the back alleys and being sneaky. When you see a few younger individuals standing inside of said alleyway, and they are currently rifling through a couple of small bags, jingling with coin. As you are looking over at them, you see them holding these things, and nearby, a little ferret-like thing, kind of blending in with the background, is like watching them, and you can tell that it's Ollie. It's Ori's pet.
I'm gonna keep an eye on the ferret.
Keeping an eye on the ferret.
Without engaging and trying still not to be seen.
Ooh, X-nay on the Ealing stay.
You keep an eye on the ferret a little bit closer, and you overhear the boys talking to one another. You think that's enough? I don't know. I don't know. Falx is really kind of... He's getting a little bit tyrannical, if you know what I mean. Shh, shh, the other one says to the one that just said that. He might be listening. You don't know. We got to make sure we get him everything he asks for, and then he'll provide us and our family with food. We got our rations. We got to get those this week. It's just so tight lately. Then one of the other boys looks at to the other two and just says, "Look, I'm sure we got enough today. I'm sure we got enough. Let's just take this and go." And at that point, you see you see the little creature kind of zip in and grab a bag while they're arguing, and then you see it start like hopping away. And they're like, "Hey! He stole the money! Get him, boys!" You see all of them start rushing down the alley, chasing after this little ferret-like creature that are minx that is stealing a bag of coin and rushing away.
Can I try to like head off the ferret weasel?
The minx,
Yeah.
yes.
The minx. Wouldn't it be a mink?
Mink, yes.
Okay. Two minks.
Well, it's not actually called that. I have a name for it, but I can't remember it
The
off the top of my
tubular
head.
rodent.
It's the thing that, yes, the tubular rodent.
I'm trying to head off, like try to be out of sight of the boys that are being stolen from, but like circumventing the.
Okay, give me a agile roll or a brains roll, whichever's better for you, as you attempt to cut them off as best you can. And you got a 9. With a 9, you're gonna fall behind. Are you okay with that?
Yes.
Okay. So you go chasing
I'm
after
gonna
them.
try to follow. Yeah, keeping.
Okay. You're keeping them in eye shot, but you're not able to like get ahead of them necessarily. You chase them for a little while.
Listen, I'm tired from carrying the entire show, okay?
We will now switch back. At this point, we're going to pop over to Toggy and Ripboard. the two of you have started heading further into town a little bit. Where did you go after having that conversation with Hatham, with the Sergeant Hatham, the security officer?
We said we would come back tomorrow,
Tomorrow
right?
morning. Yeah, when his shift started.
I don't know. Robert, what do you want to do in the city? We got some free time.
Oh, I usually just look for the tallest building and take a look around and then go from there. See
All
what
right.
seems interesting.
Tallest building. Take a look around and go from there.
Okay.
Maybe we can grab drinks in the nearest tavern or whatever and go there. I don't know. Whatever.
So,
Well,
tell
actually,
us-
is it safe to drink anything here? Since with the thing, but it was the water.
I'm not whatever, I suppose.
Yeah, let's just go to the tallest building.
Alcohol's always sterile, so just saying.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Beer is usually very safe to drink in small
All right.
towns
Well,
like this, I think.
I'm gonna say I'm drinking with my buddy River, and just trying to forget the fact that I almost blew down the full tent.
The
Okay.
cameras keep cutting out, Ty, on the stream.
What's cutting out?
Our cameras have been like blank, and then they'll pop back up, and then now they're blank for they pop.
In the back.
That's weird. Why is it doing that?
I thought it was just me being laggy.
Yeah, it's not the first. It's not
I
the
thought I
beginning
fucked something up
of
because I clicked mod view for a second, and that's the first time that I saw it go black. And I'm like, I'm a back up. I'm backing up. I'm not touching anything anymore.
Let me try something.
Wow.
and
I was
see if
over
it
here
happens
refreshing.
again.
Nice, Anna. Gosh.
Sorry, it's all my fault.
It
I know.
does. Oh, that sucks. Okay, I see why it's going black.
Are you clicking onto a different screen and then it's like, no, never mind, you don't get a capture?
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully that hasn't happened when I'm using Fantasy Grounds, but it's when I'm bringing up my notes. And I'm not happy about
Well,
that.
what GMs
Interesting.
don't need
It
those?
sucks.
I'll have to figure out a different way to create my notes. Anywho, let's see. I could just use the notes in the system for some of this, I guess.
Text the notes to yourself.
Shush.
Here, why don't you give your notes to me,
Just
and then
help.
when
No,
you
that's
need them,
not how
I'll
that's
put
gonna
them.
work.
Totally trustworthy.
That's not
no.
how
Yeah,
that's gonna work.
I will not use them for metagaming at all.
No,
I
never.
promise.
Because that's not even
Yeah, just-
metagaming. That's just using provided materials, right?
Mhm.
I'm
I
just
mean, I'm an
saying.
I mean,
administrative assistant
aren't we a
times
team
two.
here? Come on, man. What the fuck?
There you
We're a
go.
team.
Yeah, collaborative.
Yeah.
Help us help you.
Yeah.
Help
Yeah.
us.
Nick.
I am curious about one thing. Let me try something real quick. So in order for all of you to see the images that I have, if I were to create just a map, if I were to make the grid large upon it, say like that, and then go like this, and then
While
just
you're
be
doing
like,
that, I'm gonna hijack this to
token.
just say how
Don't go
cute
like that.
and
Go like
sexy
the other
Gwen is
way.
with
And then
her
just
like
share.
in your like little whenever you dress and then like you're sitting
Mm.
there, you've got your like Betty Boop wig going on and you look fantastic and you're like eating your popcorn just like
I was going for thematic food also, so
Yeah.
circus
No.
popcorn.
I just
Alright,
want you to
can
know I
you-
see you.
Can you all
Oh.
see the tokens that I put on this thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, what? I was distracted by Gwen.
So the
Yes.
map that I've shared will have images appear upon it, so you can just kind of see what I'm sharing with everybody. Don't do that. Stop moving the tokens, everyone. Jeez.
Sorry, I
Anyway.
went to move the window
we're
and
not
I
moving
grabbed the
tokens?
picture on accident.
Yes,
Well, now I wanna move it.
I know, me
obviously
too.
Not just you all.
I had no desire until you told
Don't tell me
You're
not to do
all-
something. I will do it.
You're all
I want
awful.
that.
You're horrifying.
I literally did nothing.
Everybody's resizing everything and switching them around and rotating them. Knock it off. We'll just go like that. I don't know. Either way, you're all very distracting right now. Anywho,
God.
so Toggy and Reward go looking for the tallest building in the city.
Yes.
There happens to be an old clock tower near the heart of the city, relatively close to the edge of the ritzy sector, and probably in the same place where you're going to find, or close to the same place you'll find the well itself. So you start heading over in that direction. We then shift real quick over to Teo, Aaron, and Ori. Ori, you are there coming out of your induced, prophesized vision, and you look up from there with Teo and Iran standing nearby, and you can see your little mink like bounding across the street in your direction, carrying a bag with 3 youths chasing after them. The 3 youths, of course, pictured in the images there. So, as they come rushing towards you, how do you react? As that your mink is literally just coming straight at you with a bag of coins, being chased by them.
I'm going to say, Ollie, now what have I told you? We don't go stealing from children. Give it back. Give it back. Give it back.
You see Ollie like look at you, and then get kind of like angry and shake his head.
I look at him like, play along, rodent.
If a rodent can have a huff and put his hands on his hips temporarily, this is what Ollie seems to do to you. And then he grabs the bag and then just like tosses it towards him. And he makes an exaggerated look of being out of breath, like he just did a bunch of exercise for you, and then looks back at you like, "Where's my reward?"
Fine. I reach in my jacket pocket and him a coin.
He like catches it and then just twirls around your leg. The
Yeah,
two
so shiny, so shiny.
the young
Oh, he's a
street
niffler.
rats kind of rush over towards you, in your direction a little bit. They grab a hold of the bag off the ground. Bungie, you are in the distance at the moment. You can see that they've kind of run up to your friends. What do you do here?
What do I see?
What do you see?
Do I see what just happened where the bag was returned and the flipping of the coin?
Yes, you absolutely see that.
So then I continue to stay hidden,
Mm-hmm.
and I keep an eye on Ori and the weasel, just for fun. Because
Okay.
that's actually what I was going to do. Like, it got returned. I also don't think that Ori's such a dick at the moment.
Okay. So the youths come forward. Hey man, that's our money. And you like see the kid reach down, grab a hold of the bag, and pick it up. You can't go sticking your pets on people and just have them take their things. That's not nice. You're muted.
Now,
There you go.
he has a mind of his own. We always have to remember that. He's very curious, likes all the shiny, shiny things. Just hide them better next time. I'm sorry, so sorry for the inconvenience. Oh, what have you done? Maybe you should give him that coin too as a.
They look at you. Right. Well, if you think that we should just keep a better hold on this, I guess that's fine. They kind of turn and start walking away. You can hear them grumbling at one another.
By the way, don't be so obvious when you go borrowing things in the street.
Borrowing things, and the like more gruff-looking one turns back to you and goes, "You didn't see what you think you saw. I don't know what you think you saw, but you didn't see it. Okay?"
Oh no, I would never ever be able to identify such actions. Not like I spent a life doing it or anything. Yes. Goodbye. Have a good night. So nice. So nice. I'm doing business.
As they turn and start walking, they're heading back towards Bungie's direction, and the 3 of them are like just talking with one another. The girl that's there just kind of goes, "I can't." And she like turns around and walks back over towards you somewhat. What did we do wrong?
Oh, now you want tips. Well, first and foremost, your palming and sleight of hand has got to improve. It is so obvious. And when you bump into them initially, don't make such a jerking motion. It feels like they're trying to detach something. You must be smooth like butter, one with the night.
You're a very strange individual, but I think we could learn from you.
Eccentric could be the correct term, I think, but we'll go with that. If you ever need a lesson or anything, you'll know where to find me. Just go follow the circus.
You work at the circus?
I would never, but maybe I hang around it. It's good energy, you know. Lots of free things, if you get my drift, in the audiences.
So you
Just saying,
you're
just saying.
saying the audience at the circus will be distracted. That might be our
Yes,
best
and I would
opportunity.
only ask for a 10% cut.
Can I hip check him to shut him up?
Yeah, Teo like walks over and bumps into you.
My bad. Sorry.
Oh, point taken. Never mind. There are plenty of other audiences elsewhere.
The other 2 gentlemen, the young men that are there, kind of turn back and says, "Come on, let's go." She turns back to you and she just says,
Bye-bye.
"There's a warehouse in the southeast section of town. I mean, if you meet us there sometime, maybe teach us some more. Maybe we can cut you in on some stuff.
So I must ask, are you freelancers?
Freelance? What does that mean?
Do you do this of your own accord, or are there business entanglements elsewhere?
Well, I mean, we choose to do it. We don't. Well, we don't have that much of a choice. Not with the restrictions in place that Lord Rawlis put on all of us. But, um, but really,
Does he?
our boss is Fox. He's done this a lot longer. He came from the big city, and he knows his tricks here. Keeps us all safe and keeps us in rations and water.
And does he answer to Lord Rawl?
No, Fox is his own man. He's a made man.
And there's requirements? Do you get to keep everything that you take?
Well, I mean, we deliver everything we take to him, and he doles things out to everybody. You know, we all work together as a unit.
Okay, I may hit you up on this for one day. When and where will you be there? Like, what part, what time, what
Well,
day?
we usually rest in the mid-afternoon. We start up in the evenings, and the other two boys are like, "You're telling him too much. Knock it off. You're gonna get us chewed out."
I love evenings. I'm usually not available till later on anyway.
All right. And as the two there kind of grab a hold of the younger girl, you can see security forces at the edge of town start or not the edge of town, the edge of the market start moving in on you. They've been like pointing and talking and maybe recognizing people, and the younglings just kind of turn and go out. They start moving very quickly out of the major area
It
of the
was
city.
so nice meeting you. Perhaps we'll see you again. And as I turn around and nonchalantly start walking into the crowd.
Okay.
That's fully a recipe for getting jumped, right? Sketchy warehouse, edge of town, come at night. You're gonna get jumped. You know that.
I'm not actually going to show up there to help them or steal from them. We need to get more insight on this town. Something isn't right here. It's not right at all, yes. I've seen things that you may not believe, so I'm gonna wait to tell everybody until we're all together.
Okay, but if you get jumped, I will probably save you. Never mind. I will.
You
Do
will,
you think I would
Theo.
have
You
any
always
doubt?
do.
Well, that's the thing is like you don't have any doubt, but I feel like maybe at one point I should not save you so you learn a lesson, but then I would feel really bad.
I am doing nothing but being a big person and taking the high road in this
You did
particular
steal from
instance,
children.
I
That is
assure
true.
you.
There is a small amount of pride in the not stealing from children situation.
But it
And
wasn't candy, so it was okay.
I must admit too, I wouldn't even have stole it had there not been all those eyes on us. I promise.
I don't believe you, but okay.
Have you ever?
No, not for a single minute.
So, Bungie, you saw those individuals speaking with Ori and Aran and Teo. You witnessed the interaction and him offering to teach them how to be better thieves. And then.
No, what I heard was him telling them to steal from our clientele.
That is something you heard as well, yes. So, how do you react to this? Do you head to them? Do you go back? Your evening administrations are not quite over yet. Technically, you still have your bag half full. You could go back to doing that, but it's up to you. What do you want to do right now?
I'm gonna follow them silently as I can for a while.
The youths, the street rats.
No, the riffraff street rats. I don't buy that.
Okay.
No, yeah, that's
If
why.
only they'd look closer.
Would they see a poor boy?
No,
Yeah,
siree.
totally.
Okay.
They would though, because they are poor as shit. But yeah, no, I'm gonna follow everybody and hope that they don't. I'm gonna try to do so without being seen.
Without
because
being
this
seen.
is very. Yeah, no, I mean, how often does one get an opportunity to observe their friends or coworkers without I'm fly on the wall. I'm taking advantage of this opportunity.
You're just gonna be creeping up on your coworkers and watching what they do in their spare time after work. Got it. Okay.
Sure.
You do have servant stealth because it's a crowded area. So give me an agile roll, adding your +2. Is it? I think that's what servant stealth provides. Let me double check. It's been a while since I read it. No, we don't have it on your sheet for some reason, because this fool over here didn't put it on there. Give me just a second. Goblin. Nope, it's not in there. Okay, well, I forgot to put it
It's
on
fine.
there at all.
It's
But yeah,
what?
it's a plus 2.
Plus 2 to agile.
Plus 2 to agile, yep. And then everybody else give me an aware roll.
Oh my God, Bungie, calm down.
You got a 6 there, Bungie. And there's a 6, and there's a 21
It's just
for
hard to
Ori.
not be seen when you're this radiant.
And there's 5.
I mean,
so nobody but
obvious.
Ori's gonna notice you, but it will take a little while anyways. Even with, that's some really bad rolls.
Do I know that Ori notices?
He rolled high enough that he could make it obvious or not. It just depends on how he reacts to it. So at some point, I will let you know that you have started recognizing a shadow following you. You don't know who it is, but you do know that there's somebody that's following you. When that happens, I'll let you know.
I come with my own theme music.
So we switch back to Tagi and Ribort. You have arrived outside of the clock tower. Massive structure. Seems like it's in decent repair. They're currently working on some of the foundation and some of the cap of the building. Looks like it's been under repair for a little while, but other than that, the clock is ticking away gently. And around it, of course, the buildings seem to be a bit more extravagant than the rest of the city has had. This is a merchant's quarter. It's right outside the... What are you doing?
What?
Everybody's making fun of my hand gestures. Anyway.
I thought I was making fun of Steven's hand gestures.
He was making fun of my hand gestures.
Oh!
No,
By
I was
transitive
giving
property.
the kitty a
Yeah,
scratch.
it's
Scratching
the
a
yes
scratch.
and. It's fine.
It's okay. I'm
Yeah,
not
definitely.
self-conscious.
Just we want gifts of us just doing that motion on the
Everybody's doing this. This is now a thing. Anna, work alongside us here. We're all come on. Rob, you're not doing it either. You know,
Correct.
this is what happens when people get married. They just start doing things together that other people don't want them to do.
I tell ya.
This is really good for me because I'm starting to foray into politics. So this is just gonna be
Yeah, there you go.
It's
All right.
perfect. I would vote for you.
So anyway, in this part of town, you find the tallest building. You see the two of you now standing in the street, kind of looking up at this, carts and whatnot moving around you, people going about their business day to day. A couple of shopkeepers are starting to close up for the day. See some bars coming over windows and doors being locked and that kind of thing happening because it's about 8 o'clock at night now, and it is relatively early in the spring, so it's kind of cold and dark. So what are the two of you doing outside of this large tower?
Racing to the top.
I feel like you would win that, and I already got a bit of a beer in me, but why the fuck not? Sure, why not? Why not?
Boing.
So Robert's going to
fuck.
jump as high as he can. Give me an agile roll as you
There
proceed
you
to
go.
launch yourself through the air.
Ah,
I
shit,
think you
this
can- you have a
yes-anding
certain
is gonna be
distance
hard.
you can travel here with leaping.
I would like it to be canon that the sound that happens is boink.
Boink.
Lay boink? I would like to one up
Le
into lay
boink.
boink.
Yes,
Boink.
absolutely.
La boing. I believe I get a +2 to this.
You have -1 move in distance you can travel with the
Oh,
jump
that's
directly.
what it is.
That puts you at 4 base. Ah, there you go. With 20, that gives you another +4 distance. So you can jump.
Oh.
You jump to the top of the damn tower is what just happened. there.
Can I
You see,
I
so-
use magic to help me? Like
You're gonna attempt
like
to.
you know,
Just so I
wind
understand,
to push me up.
I just
Yes, but
jumped
you
40
are
feet,
your mastery.
right?
Yes, that was a 30-foot jump.
30-foot jump.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Doing.
Fuck.
So to catch
Lay
up or to
boink.
get ahead of him, you're going to have to
Lay boink.
spend 2. You're gonna have to evoke chaos twice. So it's 2 applications of chaos if you want to launch yourself high enough up to
But if
maybe
it's
match
Okay.
if
it.
it's 3 applications, you probably could beat me, Sinan.
That's true.
Okay.
3
Probably be
applications you
there.
could be faster.
Okay.
But
Okay.
then again,
Wait.
you
Wait.
also
Wait.
might be a cannon launching yourself into low orbit.
Wait.
Detail.
I don't want to catch up and like do a draw here. I just don't want to embarrass myself. So what does one application of chaos?
One
do?
application might only get you halfway unless you roll really, really well.
Fine. I'll just do one application. I don't want to blow up another structure accidentally.
All right, give me a
Like I
magical
thought we were
roll,
going to be
please.
thieves. Now I'm going to become known as a saboteur and terrorist or whatever.
Well, hopefully
Oh,
not.
I was just going to make a joke about the. Never. Magical, right?
Magical, please. Get higher than a natural 5 to avoid a chaotic effect. You have gotten a 5 even.
That works, right?
That you have to get higher than a 5, so that's chaos right there.
It's exactly.
Oh, my Anna. It's a 5. You said.
I said higher than a 5.
No, this is how it's worked the entire
The
game.
entire-
It is.
Years
For
this game
years.
has been.
That is higher than a 5. Okay.
Like written.
With a 17 total, you launch yourself up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 25 feet. You're about 5 feet below Ripord, and you're kind of grasping at the edge of the clock tower. You actually have launched yourself up to about the 3 hand on it, or the 3 spot with the hour hand kind of
3 clock.
So you grab a hold. Give me a strong roll as you attempt to grab and hold yourself up by full body weight and catch on to this thing.
But my strongest solo, I was just performing here, and it just gave you an idea for a roll. That's not cool. Come on now.
I will throw my zipline grapple down to assist.
Okay, give me an agile roll on your part to assist. That is a
Yeah.
12. That's enough to be stable but shaky. So you're like, your arms start as you're holding yourself there. And Ribart's going to assist, and let's see what that does. You hit him in the face with the end of the grapple. Boom!
Ow!
And, he starts to slip.
Zip it off.
Ah, 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 ah! Where can I'm gonna lift myself up again.
Hold on. He didn't want to ace that? You want to keep that? So he is going to slip, which means he has to roll to save himself.
I'm holding myself here. What do you mean? It's a little hit in the head that won't do
He
anything.
gave you a minus 40 roll. That puts you at an 8. That's not enough to hold yourself still anymore. So he slams you in the face with his grappling hook. Like, bunk. And you must now roll strong once more. Your roll target is a 13 or higher, or you'll begin falling. That is
It's
a
only
1.
25 feet. You'll be fine.
Tagi immediately loses his grasp and begins pinwheeling his arms and his legs as he's falling towards the ground.
Walls from anywhere.
Right behind him outside the edge of the building.
Yeah.
Okay, I want you to give me a brains roll to see if you can place it appropriately as he falls.
All right.
So you can make it show up instantaneously, but you also need to be able to determine where he's going to be when it goes off.
Now, would you say that this could possibly result in a crash or damage from an airborne position if failed?
Not for yourself.
Oh, it's only for myself.
That's only for yourself.
Doesn't say, but I will.
I mean, if it
will
doesn't
take your word for
say.
it.
That's what it's about. It's a mix of racial.
Sure. It just says are granted a free ace on a roll once per roll only. That would result in a crash or damage from an airborne position if failed. So I gotta know.
That's for you.
Valid effort.
That's for you.
Okay.
Well,
okay.
you are in an airborne position.
I will use one of my personal aces and not a free ace on that.
Okay.
Because not about
that
the
is
list.
a 16. So Tagi, you turn, you get hit in the face by Rivert's grappling hook. Your hands lose grip. You begin pinwheeling backwards slightly, and then suddenly part of the ledge of the building kind of shifts and pops out, and you slam your back into it. And you're now laying on like a roughly 5-foot wall, rectangular shape that is coming jutting out of the side of this tower. You can see light cracks just around the edge of the stone that this is now leaning off of.
I do his
I get up and run to the nearest ledge. I try to go inside. I think I'm gonna use the stairs.
No, that is very fair. You did that was quite a good jump. The landing part is very hard. Takes a lot of learning.
You climb in through one of the open sections of the scaffolding that's up there in repairs for part of the roofing section, and find yourself inside where you can see there is a spiral staircase leads up and down through the building. A lot of mechanical objects right in the heart of the machine itself, kind of moving and rotating and doing their own thing, and then a catwalk that also leads around the perimeter of this machine. So walking around that, you come up to the roof, and Riport, you see the little trapdoor just pop open, and Tuggy pops his head up and climbs out onto the roof.
How much are these gears worth, by the way? Like anything I can take and sell somewhere? Maybe I don't know. This place is too. These are fancy gears.
There's copper and brass. I mean, for scrap, they'd be worth some money, but you'd have to tear apart the clock mechanisms first to do that.
Yeah, whatever.
Meth heads would steal all of it.
That's true.
That really brought me back to childhood.
It's a nice view up here.
It's not too bad. No.
So speaking of the view from the position that you're at, you can look over the majority of the city. Your vision is only blocked by the mansions and estates where Lord Rawl and the other nobility in the city live. Not a huge section compared to some cities that maybe you've been through. The city itself is only like a couple miles across and is really not enormous. It is one that would normally have been well off at some point in the past and maybe been a trade hub or something like that. But the huge city of Lannion off on the coast that kind of took all resources from the area over the last few generations to make all the airship trade that they have has really kind of sucked most everything dry. So the city itself never really grew much larger. So off to your north is the nobles' manors and hey Doyle, thank you for the gift subs and hello, nice to see you. Everybody gets an ace, by the way, for that. So off to the north again, noble sector, mansions quarter, the Lord's Mansion, and the other ones that are there for some of the other nobility in the city. To the west is the merchants' quarters, the merchants' district. A lot of shopping is done there, industry and things like that. There's some factories, there's some sawmills, there's some stone cutters and that kind of thing. Off to the south of you is a section of the city where you're all located at with the circus itself, right on the edges of town. And a little bit further beyond that, as you kind of look out over that distance, you can see the large mining operation that seems to be being built. There's a massive stone quarry, huge flat white stones kind of placed up in places around it. And obviously it's just kind of like a gash in the ground in the side of a otherwise relatively flat area. And then off to the east and southeast is the forequarter, the workers' houses and things like that. Temporal Mechanic, thank you for the raid. Hi. Hello, raiders. Hello, everyone. We're playing Cirque Noir with a bunch of lovely individuals in our Aether and Steamworks system, and we're looking at the town from the top of a clock tower that nearly killed one of our players.
That wouldn't have killed me.
25-foot drop.
You really gotta be careful. Any kind of clock tower seems to be a bad omen.
Anywho,
People don't get blood on those.
so as you stand up here and you're looking down at the city, the wind, this soft and delicate breeze kind of washes over you, and it's not tall enough to be ants down below, but it is tall enough up that gives you a decent view of the city people over top of the individuals walking to and fro. What do you look for? What do you attempt to do at this point, the two of you up there?
Does my unique vision show me anything specific?
Your unique vision. So you're going to try to see the Eternals in the area as best you can?
Kinda, yeah. I guess they could mean something, right?
Give me
Especially
a magical roll. You seem to be having a hard time interpreting what they mean. But go ahead.
Are you trying to? Is this your way of saying everything I saw in the first episode are meaningless?
No, it's not meaningless. It's just not the meaning that you gave it.
It was a nat 20 that I. Oh, fuck. Yeah, shit.
That is a 2 plus 3 is 5.
So I don't see anything, is what I'm going to assume.
With a 5, I will give you that you can see Eternals kind of moving about the city in various ways that they normally would. Again, being of Rokan ancestry as an orc, you believe that these are all little spirits of ancestors. Obviously, a large population like this means there's a lot of ancestors, but they seem to be hanging around quite a bit. You see little tiny ones just following after the general population and kind of sapping at them and trying to talk to them, and them being ignored pretty much for the most part.
You got an ace, Anon?
There is an ace provided to you, yes, by Temporal Mechanic.
Thank you. You a temporal mechanic. Should I use that for a
Do you
better
wanna-
view?
Do you want a better magical roll? You can do it, or you can save that ace for later.
I'll save it for later in case I don't want to blow down our tent again. So or any other structure.
All right, it's probably a good idea. You do seem to be making those sorts of decisions quite often right now.
Hey, I used to be told that I don't do chaos rolls enough. You know what?
I mean,
Who told you that?
Now
I was
he's
just-
all chaos.
I was told that. I used to never do that. I used to always play it safe. And for once, I'm not doing it. And now suddenly, oh, you almost destroyed our tent.
you can't win. All right, Ribort. You see Toggy standing there and just kind of looking about the city and staring down at the people and things like that. What are you doing?
I think first, Rupert's kind of like reminiscing about growing up. This isn't that high up. Like you can't see clouds yet. Like you're not on the level of clouds, so it doesn't really remind him of home.
Mhm.
But with like the terrifying flying worm showing up from his childhood because of Ori and being up high, he's just like reminiscing a little bit, and then Rupert's gonna be, all right, now if you could just strap me in, and so I'm imagining Rupert has taken like old bits of tent fabric that have like had to be taken apart and replaced over the time and made like a really scrapped together bad little like flying squirrel suit to try and paraglide off of this clock tower with. And is gonna if you could just help me strap in here, that would be very appreciated.
Toggy, give me a brains roll as you look at Ribort's roughshod squirrel suit. 13. You can tell that the strapping that he's used is some old extra fabric and some of the rigging from the circus itself. And a few of these things happen to maybe not be able to support the full weight of a regular sized individual. Might be okay for Ribort. He's a bit of a smaller creature, kobold.
You sure you want to do this here? Maybe we should try it somewhere safer, like with a net and everything. Also, we just got up here. I also hurt my back. Might as well enjoy the view for a little bit.
We can enjoy the view, but this is like looking at a 30-foot drop. This is nothing. This is baby falling. I did this when I was a child, so it should not be no problem.
Okay. Fine. I help him strap in, but I'm telling.
Is there a problem?
It looks a little.
I'm so sorry. I did not offer. I do not have another suit. This is the first time I made and used.
It's okay.
I can try and make one for you. It might take a while because you are much larger than I am, but I do not want you to feel like
I'll do that. Maybe later.
Okay.
Tonight.
You have the magic. Can you fly with magic?
It just doesn't. I can.
Oh,
but should I?
I?
That's another question. I think I tempted
yes,
fate
you
a
should.
little
If you
bit too much today already.
If you could choose to fly, why would you not always be flying? Hey, wait, hold up. You can fly and you did not add this to your pitch for the act in any way? You decided to be on the ground for your act the entire time?
It's
you do not even want to maybe
landing is the hard part, like you were saying,
Oh, no, landing is fine. That is the easy part. It's the staying airborne that is hard.
You just told me landing is the hard part when I was jumping.
I was being very nice. You're very nice.
Wow. You know what? Okay, yeah, sure. I'll help you strap into this.
All right, Tagi, give me a brains roll as you strap Ribort into this.
I'm telling you though, this doesn't seem like it could carry most weights.
seems to be strapped on right. And Ribort, you're now having
Can
this
someone
little
please
squirrel
just clip
suit.
the Ribort's, the strapping in, and then the fitting, and then the it seems to be strapped on just fine part, just for no reason at all.
No,
Just that part, though.
that's unnecessary.
Oh,
All right,
should everyone.
Ribort. Now that you are raring and ready to go,
Howdy.
where do you go? What direction are you headed? Northeast, southwest, and an in
Um,
between location.
so I think because this is like a baby height for Ripper, right? Like a 30-foot drop's nothing. In order to make this like exciting, it's about trying to weave between buildings,
Okay. So
right?
the
That's the
tallest
goal.
buildings would be in the merchants or the nobility sector.
That's
From
what I
this
figured.
position where you're at, looking towards nobility, you can see the white stone fountain that is just behind this wrought iron fence on the other side of town. If you want to head in that direction. So if you're gonna go
Yeah.
through there's merchants or nobility.
No,
There's different
nobility
outcomes.
has got to have a lot more like towers and like tall
It is
windows
true. It
and
is
like
absolutely true.
things to dodge
But
around, like hedges.
they also have
I feel
more
like
security for
noble.
someone who breaks into
That's
it without permission.
I, I'm just flying. They're
Okay,
not
that's
on the airspace.
so you run towards the edge of the roof, and Tagi watches Ribort just jumps into the air very rapidly and launches himself towards the nobility quarter. And
Damn.
Ribort, give me an agile roll to control your descent.
You got it. Now
While
this
he's
is
doing that, I'm also gonna try to see if I can see the rest of the group anywhere from up here. Or just
Okay,
or later.
you turn and start looking around. Give me an aware roll while you do that. We'll see if you like recognize where everybody else is.
ooh.
Ribort gets a 20. Nice. And Tagi gets 7. You're having a hard time seeing where anybody is. I will give you this. Do you find where the rest of your party is, but lose sight of where Ribort went? Or do you not find where your party is, but know where Ribort is?
I will say, Ribort's quirk literally makes him hard to keep track of. So you choose whatever you want, but yeah, feel free to lose track of me. That's kind of part of the character.
Wait, say that again.
Do you wish
My
to keep
quirk-
eyes on Ribort?
No, I saw that. I mean, what Rob said.
Oh, my character's quirk is literally that it's hard to notice and gets like people forget
Fine,
about him.
fine. I'll try to
So
find
you
the rest
do
of the
whatever
group.
you want.
I'm
just saying.
sure Rivert will appear when Rivert wants to appear. I thought we were gonna have a bonding moment, drinking up at the tower and
Yeah, I mean,
seeing the views, and
what do you
the
mean
guy
we
just
want
whips
something?
out a parachute and be like,
I
"Hey,
mean, is this not
Jumping out.
bonding?
It's
So-
I
literal
wish to take you to
bondage.
unborn.
So I have a
Right?
question for you, Ribort. What mark
Really?
is this squirrel suit? How many other
One.
previous? It's the very first one. Okay.
This is the first time I've ever tried using this or
This
to use
is-
anything like this.
This is the very first one.
Yeah.
Tagi strapped it in right from what it was, but I'm going to have you now
Great.
roll a brains roll to see how well manufactured
Of
your squirrel
course.
suit was. And based on the fact that this is the first time, even though you are an alchemist, so you do have some
Mhm.
studies on flying machines and things like that, I will make your roll target for this initial version a 19 for it to be well
Okay.
built.
That's fair. Now, I do believe this would be +2 in terms of the science, flight, or aerodynamics, right?
Yes,
so I
that
will
is
get
correct.
my bonus for leaping lizards. All right, no worries. So, hey, 14 or up. That's easy, right?
Didn't he say 19?
That was not it. No, 14 or up is what
At
you needed to
14,
hit
I
to
needed
get a
a
19.
14 or higher.
So this particular mark was not
Yeah.
crafted exceptionally well and starts to degrade upon first hitting down, and that will impact the trajectory and the turning capabilities and the maneuverability of this wingsuit here in the moment.
Yeah.
When we get back to you, but the first thing that we see is you leap up in the air. Do you go your full distance up and then just kind of like dive bomb it from there, or do you just?
Oh, 100%.
All right.
Yeah.
So you find yourself just in the air, and then you just up in the air like reverse Ezio Auditore style, where you just leap straight up, and then you just start coming down, and then immediately that wind hits the edges of this squirrel suit, and immediately you just start banking left and right. It's jiggling, it's vibrating a little bit. There's flapping noises. There's a bit of squealing coming from some of the metal buckles that keep scraping against one another, but it seems to be working, Ribort. And this is just utter joy for about 3 seconds. And we move back to the other crew as we see you walking through the streets. Tagi, you do notice three of them walking through the marketplace, which isn't that far off from where you're at. It's only about a couple blocks over, and looking down from the clock tower, you then notice Ori, Aaron, and Teo. Teo, of course, being the tallest and easiest to view. I think one of the only orcs in this city other than yourself. There's only a few others. So very easily standing out.
I guess I'll go to them then.
So you just go start climbing down the clock tower stairs and heading down below. And we see the three of you heading. Do you go further into the marketplace? Where was your next destination for the three of you?
I think we had maybe scattered when we saw the Popo come in. I think we had like
Right.
and then we would, come back together after we had dodged the police.
All right, so
We
all
can
three
go
of you
on.
immediately walked in different directions. That's not suspicious at all.
No.
And the security for the city had kind of started to descend upon this area because they saw the street rats that they've already gotten notice about and probably had to deal with on a few different occasions, kind of gathering for a little while. And then the kids start bolting off down an alleyway, and some of the soldiers move towards them. The others try to come towards you, but you have all kind of split up and started moving in different directions. If you would, please, each one of you give me an agile roll to see if you're able to stay out of harm's way, or if you're now going to have a run-in with one of the security agents. It looks like Ori might be about to run into a security agent. Bungie, 100% are not. So Teo and Aaron, you get lost in the crowd pretty easily. Teo, you duck down and you stay out of sight a bit. You grab part of one of the tent folds that's kind of flapping in the wind, and you just rip a piece of it off and put it over your head. And you just keep moving through the marketplace. Ori, you turn and head one direction, and there's a security guard. Then you turn around and you start heading another direction, and there's a security guard. Bungie, with your nat 20, you do notice Bungie, by the way. At this point, Ori, you've noticed her. Some shadowy figure in the distance is kind of creeping in your direction. But Bungie, with your nat 20, what would you like to do here? Do you want to try to help Ori or not?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm following Ori anyway because he's kind of my mark at the moment. I'm just and so and then as soon as I notice, I don't know if I noticed him noticing me, but I noticed the other dude walking there notice him. Mm-hmm. Yes, it somehow correlates with it. And I'm going to try to use that time when if there's a distraction or a moment where I notice the guard's eyes look away or something, I'm gonna just snatch Ori and pull him into the behind barrels or into an alley or something obscured.
Do you do anything to help you be obscured?
Obfuscate. No, I don't have that. What do I got? I don't. I guess I could use the shadow thing.
You could make it darker.
Yeah, I'm gonna. What is that though? Is it lantern? Comforting night? I don't know my shit.
Is yes. It's lantern. Lantern is where you control light.
Right. Okay, so I'm going to use lantern at the same time that I grab him to try to make the darkness darker.
Okay. So you grab a hold of Ori suddenly. This dark shadow kind of bolts out of an alleyway wearing full ninja attire pretty much, although much more fashionable. And
obviously.
And then as the guard is walking towards you and another's walking from behind, there's a shout from the marketplace somewhere, and he turns his attention for just a split second. And there's little tiny hands upon you, grabbing hold of you and pulling you aside as it gets darker and darker around you. You find yourself wedged in between a couple of large boxes that are covered in, or crates basically, that are covered in latches and netting. And it becomes dark in this small space that you're in. And the soldiers look around confused.
Don't say anything.
Bungie, have I gone blind?
What?
Have I gone blind?
No. It's just extra dark.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay.
You're fine.
A
You're
moment
also
of looking around later, and the two guards seem to move off into the crowd, trying to find out where you have disappeared to.
I owe you one. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, you do. Yeah, the other two. Where did everybody else go?
Oh, well, we all kind of scattered, and I think I had a feeling we were going to reglom, but we didn't do that. So perhaps we need to go to the glomining.
Is there a set location for the glomining?
I would say on the other side of where we were headed. No, not really. Maybe we should go find them.
None of this is any kind of specific.
It's a large crowd, lots of directions, lots of minds, lots of decisions. I don't know. Wait a minute.
Are you
No,
going
I'm
to
sorry, I
try
don't
to?
have it.
You're going to try to use a power to read the future and find out where your allies are going to be? Is that what I'm hearing?
I contemplated it, but no, we'll save those for later.
I mean, gosh darn it, Hannah, I can't remember your character's name.
Hey.
Teo? Yeah, I'm
Teo.
like 7 foot tall.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. Like my dad in real life is like 6'3", and you can always find him in a crowd because he's like a head above everyone else. So that's what I'm assuming.
Oh, look.
We will be running into.
Over there.
Teo, no, let's see that. Yeah.
Okay, so you look around for Teo. Both of you give me an aware roll. Teo is trying to remain hidden, but because of the stature, I'm going to say it's kind of difficult. There is a critical failure that happens from Ori, however.
Well,
my
I didn't
God.
see it. I'm still obscured by darkness.
And there's a 2 from Bungie. It's
Okay.
2.
Look, it's a 6, and I'm distracted by all of this.
So dark.
All right, are you okay with a critical
But-
failure, Ori?
It's not actual
I
darkness.
mean, I'm just. Okay. I mean, I'm just looking through a crowd. How bad could a critical failure be, right?
Don't ask those kind
Right.
of questions.
I say
You
we
can
roll
blow up
with
a
it.
city district, apparently.
Oh. Well, I guess we're just going to have to risk it.
You're going to take the critical failure.
I
Do you
mean,
want something
I
that
should
will
take
be relatively bad for you right now? Or something that will be less bad, shared amongst your allies?
I think we're all going to share a little experience on this.
An action that you take will get your
Mhm.
allies ambushed here later in this episode.
Oh,
we
what
already
else is
knew that was going
new?
to happen.
Okay.
He was gonna go to a sketchy warehouse. Like what?
Anna called
Fair,
that one.
fair.
That's just yeah.
We're gonna get jumped anyway. By
Okay.
children though, and I feel like Teo might have
this-
a weird
It's
quandary
just a
about it.
mechanically enforced self-fulfilling prophecy.
It
I love
absolutely is.
mean, To be fair, I do constantly have to break the future and make random decisions to try to make sure I don't fall in line with what's going to happen. So
It's true.
get used to it, y'all. Yay!
So, you and Bungie then head out looking through the crowd for a little while. And you are met up by Tagi first, because Tagi, you saw where everybody kind of was at. And suddenly...
As we go, I just want to make sure it's clear that I have de-ninja.
De-ninja'd?
So
Okay.
I just look like a normal person instead of a very inconspicuous person.
Okay, so you are a normal-looking Bungie instead of a ninja Bungie. And you see Tagi kind of moving through the crowd, looking around, trying to find everybody. Obviously, by the time you came down out of the clock
Hey!
tower, everybody had scattered, so...
Hey guys, hey, wait up!
Who does he? Who?
Bungie
who's
and
he?
you and Ori see Tagi.
Are you practicing for a new bit? Are you flying? What are you wearing? Why are you strapped? What's happening?
I'm not strapped.
He's
What do you mean
not
it's
strapped. It was Ribbert.
No.
Ribbert's not there.
Oh,
The,
okay.
the whole thing is I didn't have one for him.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
You're good.
I take
No,
the
what do you
last part
mean?
of that back.
Is my face that scary? This is how I look without makeup. I don't know how to think about that.
It looks strangely like you took a grappling hook to the face. I don't know. I'm just throwing
You have
things
like
out
a
It
there.
is
goose egg right
perfect.
across
That
your
did happen.
nose and forehead.
But it's like grappling hook shaped.
Ribber did hit me in the head with a grappling hook. That did
What
happen.
did you do to
A
Ribble?
very interesting shade.
I'm sure you deserved it.
We were racing up to the clock tower over there.
Why
and
would you
I
do that?
almost fell.
He's a frog.
He LeBlanc.
I
As
don't
he
know,
points
uh,
over at the clock tower, and for a split second, you see a blue streak of lightning just past some buildings.
You see?
I
My
think that's
point.
him. I don't know. I thought it would be fun. I didn't
Was
think
it?
I would almost die.
All right. I won't
What's
have
I mean,
fun
to.
if you're
it was
Whatever.
kind of, it was kind of exciting, I guess. I mean, the grappling hook to the face did hurt a little, but
It
I'm
was right. Did you hear that? It was right.
Well,
what?
it's obvious. I mean, it says like Acme grappling hook co like indented in his skin. It's pretty
Oh, would you look
obvious that it's
Okay, you guys are making me very self-conscious about my face. I think I'm
No,
gonna
your
actually
face
get
is
into my.
fine. It's no weirder than it usually is. Don't worry about it.
Very
And
shortly
you just
after
bury it in
this,
makeup anyway.
this conversation is going on for a while as you're gathered together. Aran, you look over and you can see Tagi and Bungie and Oriel talking together at the edge of the crowd.
Oh yeah.
Clearly, this is not going to be a problem. So yeah, I will wander towards them inconspicuously, checking on wares in the marketplace.
Looking around here
Oh,
and there.
oh look! I didn't expect to see you here.
Mhm.
Oh, hey. How you doing, Aaron? What have you guys been up to? I've been trying to. Was with Ribbert. I tried to talk with I forgot the boss man's name for a bit, and then you guys had already left it for town.
I mean,
Lauren.
yeah, Lauren.
Lauren, yeah,
Lauren
that guy.
seemed a little upset with some of us, so we
Can't
took it
imagine
upon ourselves to
why.
wander away.
Bungie's very
Yeah, he'll get over
obviously
it.
being sarcastic.
No.
Is
feel like there's still
sarcasm
shade
lying?
around
I'm not
us.
sure if that's lying.
I think it's a fine line that's not specifically defined, so I'm going to take advantage of the gray area.
I was gonna say it's very gray, but as a luminaire, you deal in grays.
That's
Mhm.
right.
I would,
Ooh.
yeah, I would say
Shade.
sarcasm that's not obvious would be a line that I would, but like
Wait.
that so obvious of sarcasm, I feel like is very clearly not a lie.
Yeah.
Where's
So,
Taylor,
What
by the
Robbie
way?
said.
so from where you're at, Teo, we cut over to where you are. You're kind of walking through the crowd, kind of keeping your head down and looking around a bit. It seems after a short period of time that security has left. You're standing on the northern edge of the marketplace when you look up and you see Ribort, like gliding towards Ribort. Please give me an agile roll. Your
Yeah.
roll target is relatively high. I will let you know for piloting this.
Good. All right.
You see a couple of buildings, relatively large, peaked up in front of
16.
you.
That's pretty high.
You like twist and zip really close to one, and like flapping through. One of your straps just goes, and you see like the arm bit starts flapping in the wind, and you start
That was
spiraling.
for sure.
You start spiraling very fast.
Yeah.
Tail, you're looking up. You see Ribort like flying back and forth erratically a little bit as he's going in one direction, and then suddenly he just starts spinning and then goes out of sight.
I don't know if I can get to him fast enough to save him from plummeting to his doom.
You want to start running after him?
Yeah, I do.
Teo starts sprinting after Ribort. Give me an agile roll. Let's see how
Sure.
fast you can go. I mean, you already have pretty long strides.
Not very fast.
No. So you start running, and some of the crowd gets in the way, and you start pushing people aside. And a couple individuals get knocked down, and like, hey, what the hell?
Can I
And
use my compassion ace to compassionately keep him from squishing on the
I will
ground?
let you compassionately re-roll this. Go for it.
No.
Critical failure. Critical fail. No,
Stop.
Ace? Okay.
Nat
20
20.
is on the opposite side.
Thank you, game.
That was a hell of a ride.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, that was intense.
All right.
I will give you two options here. One is you will get close enough that you'll have the option to try to catch Rivort in his maddening descent. He does have another roll to make, but just in case he's going to crash, you will get the opportunity to try to catch him. Or you can just rush and be there where you need to be to catch him, but you will also be in a place you're not supposed to be and will be seen.
Why does the second one sound worse than like it does? They don't seem equal. The first one is I can catch him, or I can be around the general area to catch him, but can get in trouble.
No. The
I'm
first
confused.
one is you'll be where you need to be to roll to catch him.
Gotcha.
The other one is you will catch him, but you'll also be seen being somewhere you're not supposed to be.
So I know that Rebort is an incredibly bouncy frog, and I believe he has some rolls in case he is about to squish. So I'm going to be in the
I'm
right area
actually gonna
to
be
roll.
Okay.
I'm going to be in the right area to roll to catch him.
So you run as fast
This'll
as
be
your
fine.
legs will let you or allow you. You are currently a marathon sprinter, an orc of the finest quality from Rulo that is rushing away from, a tyrant. You happen to find your way around a corner, up a streetway, and then you look up and you see Ribbert coming down, and almost like a baseball about to go over the fence for a home run, you see a large wrought iron gate that is currently blocked, and you rush towards it and leap in the air, attempting to grab him. Ribbort, give me one last roll to see if you can try to come out of this
Yeah.
spiral or save your little device before you start
Sure.
heading towards the ground. This is a potential crash situation.
What you beat me to it. What a what a random thing for you to mention.
Whoa!
So I think I'll just use a free ace
that's
real
bad.
quick.
That's really bad.
It's not ideal. That's
It's
also
not
not
enough
ideal.
to take you out of the potential crash. There
Yeah.
is a wrought iron fence that's going to make you into noodles at the speed with which you are traveling straight towards it. So
Can I use my grappling hook, which has a bit of toggy space? No. Can I use my grappling hook to try and at least get over the fence? Probably still in my spiral, gonna crash into something else. Just not the fence. The fence is not an
Okay, you can
interesting place
attempt
to
it. You can
crash.
attempt it. So give me a brains roll as you attempt to set yourself up to maneuver just a little bit. You remember that you're spinning the whole time this is happening. Ooh, look at that! 24.
24.
All right. So you take the moment of your spin and you launch out your grappling hook and use it to pull you just enough to lift you just up the edge of the gate. You're going to crash on the other side of it rather than into it. But at that point, Tagi or Teo, one leg plants off the edge of the wrought iron fence and you leap up in the air like that pro baseball player trying to catch that line drive. Give me a agile roll as you attempt to leap up and grab
Jason,
Ribort.
which baseball player? I know
You know, the one.
Joe DiMaggio.
I know you know.
Anyway,
Oh, okay.
Go ahead,
Agile?
Teo.
Yeah. All right. Good.
I
Good
don't
on
think
you. You
he's
passed the
actually
test.
Oh, that's
11?
not high enough. With
Can
an
I
11,
argue that I can use leap to aid and use my tough instead of agile?
that means you're going to take all the damage
A
that you would have
literal
taken.
leap to aid.
Absolutely. If you want to take a leap to aid, that means you launch yourself up the gate, grab a hold of him, and then your back is about to be slammed into the ground on the other
that's
side of the fence. Okay. Ribbert, all the
Very
damage
Teo
that
way
you
of
would have
doing
been
the
able to
things.
take is now about to be blocked by Teo.
Let me
As
take it.
suddenly
Right.
a giant orc just leaps up into the air so high, grabs a hold of you, and tucks and rolls as you get launched over into the into the noble sector, smashing into column, smashing into cobbled stone and the greenery and shrubberies that are kind of placed artistically around this little area. You can roll the damage for me if you'd like.
Well, so the way
Just
you
let me
worded it means that I should take that Teo should take 0 damage because mechs don't take falling damage from any height unless thrown/blasted.
How did I not know this? I should have just let you take the damage.
The prestige.
cool move.
So
Establishing character.
so that is something that
No, yeah.
would normally be damage you'd be taking, but you are not taking this damage. This is
Okay.
this is something Teo would be taking at this point in time.
I
So
mean, my
your
my pitch would be
passive-
I'm so soft, like squishy, like I'm just a little frog.
You would have
Like
just
Teo's real
bounced and rolled.
body it, not really having
Like
an
if
issue.
you take a thing of slime and chuck it at someone, it
Like-
doesn't really
like-
do a whole lot.
It'd be like getting a medicine ball like chucked at your chest. Like it's not pleasant, but like it's not gonna hurt
Medicine balls
you.
can do some damage.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So,
true. But
Teo,
also, you're just slightly damp
Yeah.
now.
you leap through the air, you grab a hold of Ribbort, and you slam into the ground very hard. At the rate at which he was traveling, 1, 2, 3, 6. Roll
What is the
3d6
terminal
damage.
velocity of a
Or
No, it's just
falling
a flesh
frog?
wound.
Well,
Ty.
Rivert's
It's
not
kind of
actually super heavy, so by
Ty,
comparison,
it's just a
roll.
flesh wound. I don't need to take any damage.
And you're
It's
using
just a
flesh
flesh
wound.
Yeah.
I'm
All
using
right.
it's just a flesh wound. I don't have to take any fucking
So
damage.
Teo leaps up through the air, grabs a hold of Ribort, spirals end over end. They crash, they bounce, both of them stand up. Ta-da! Fine. You have something that looks like it could be bruises and scrapes all over you, Teo, but other than that, it's fine.
There's
But
an indent of like frog pattern across.
yeah, as well as like
Oh.
stone and bits and pieces of
out
like
the gravel.
flowers, some daffodils and some roses, just like sticking out of your clothing.
Oh my, Dales,
Um,
did you grow up on Unbarm?
No.
Oh,
Rulo.
what-
So a lot of other things that are thrown at me in general directions.
Ah, c'est différent,
Tagi
because that was...
Tagi
There's that.
decided at one point he wanted to try and go ride one of the beasties, and then the beastie kind of jumped him off, and then I just same kind of sprint, tuck and
That
roll
is fair.
situation.
No,
Yeah.
that I could tell because that was a very professional, as someone who grew up doing the kind of stuff, that was a very professional catch. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you.
Now the
Please
two of
think
you
we
are
are.
standing on the other side of the gate. You look
So where
around,
we're not supposed to be.
and you see like some of the nobility in the area that were just strolling out arm in arm with other people now looking at you.
Oh, hello. How are you?
For more of this fantastic show, come see our circus.
Rips open his shirt, it just says Cirque Noir on it.
So
Quick, sparklers!
as you stare
Sparklers!
over and these two noble folk are looking back and forth at each other like, what the fuck are they doing here? We fade to black as we go to our break for tonight. Everybody, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for popping in. Raiders that are still here, hey, you're awesome. Thank you for being here. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. Until then, the thing that I just made you go to really fast accidentally. Enjoy this splash screen, or go get yourself a sandwich or something. I don't know. Whatever. We'll see you in a moment.
But the splash drink's gone and
But now it is. It's back now. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the game, where we had two individuals just
Yeah.
act like cartoon characters, falling through the sky and bouncing like they're full of gummy berry juice. That's an
resemble
old
that
reference.
Absolutely unprecedented for any of us in Aether and Steamworks to
Yes.
act like cartoons.
None
How
of you have
dare
ever
you?
acted like
I
cartoon
did just eat
characters.
gummy bears. Does that help?
Yeah,
I mean,
true.
they make you
you-
bouncier
It
technically.
counts.
Bouncing here and there and everywhere.
You know, if you're eating a hot dog is just a meat encased in another animal's flesh. So when you eat the hot dog, you just still are a hot dog. Like you're now
Why
the
would
hot
you
dog because
say
you have other
that?
because just so you know, just
Does
so
that
you're aware.
harken back to the strap-on
Ew.
comment?
Maybe we should continue the
I'm
game
comfy.
instead of. So
I'm
Teo
You know what?
uncomfortable yet
Out.
intrigued.
Out.
Teo
Why would
and
you say
Rivert
something so
are
bold?
now on the other side of the gated community. And we find ourselves back with Bungie, Aran, Ori, and Tagi, who is out apparently, so it will just remain a green screen. Got it. As we see the four of you standing about near the edge of the market square, things seem to be winding down for the evening. Many people are kind of closing up what they are offering here, which is not a lot to begin with. But now with all four of you standing there, what is happening next? Where do you intend on going? You're still looking for Teo. Haven't seen her.
Yeah, wait. Where's Teo? Where's my sister? I saw her with you guys earlier. What happened to her?
I think she was headed that direction.
Wait, did they not see me sprinting full speed?
No.
Okay.
Teo?
I mean, I got a 20 to see people? No, wait.
Teo?
Hey, yo. Where's that Teo? We gotta find her among
Teo's
all the
gone
crowd.
and
Woo!
Can I try to see where my sister is?
Give me an aware roll. You'll have to be able to see through walls and into different communities, however.
Well,
Just to
so
connect
should I
to you.
roll an aware or
Sibling
not?
vibes, though?
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
nat 20,
sibling
I'll
vibes.
give you a hint.
If you get a nat 20, I'll give you a hint.
That was
You
close.
are just so mean.
That's worth it.
So I'm
You
gonna
give me
say
nothing.
with a 20, that you see a green streak in the distance in between a couple of buildings for a second.
I start walking there. Guys, I think she's this way.
I mean, it was about 20 feet up, so I mean that would be a little weird, but still.
Teo's streaking. Is that what we were just what? Fine.
Maybe she's doing a self-imposed punishment for pantsing the Lord.
Why would she get punished for that? That was super funny.
Streaking for
Punishment.
pantsing the Lord. That sounds like a new
Exactly,
tradition
thank you.
we need to. Never mind. That's
That's
maybe
better than flogging or something. I mean, or at least equivalent. Weird.
I think it's a more fun public ridicule.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So the group heads over in the direction they saw Teo's streaking, and come around the corner into an alleyway where you can tell that there is a rather large metallic fence, iron fence, that is decorative, and that happens to have some greenery, some hedges on the other side of it. As you're standing there and kind of looking between the areas that you can see, you notice Teo standing next to Ribort, dusting themselves off, covered in all kinds of probably torn up scenery, with a small crater and cracked stone around them, and some rather upset looking nobility, a man and his wife most likely, standing there in the same courtyard that Teo and Ribort are currently occupying. Obviously on the other side of a large, roughly 15-foot tall wrought iron fence with reverse-edged, like, artistic-looking hooks and spikes that make it hard to climb over.
Impressive.
It looks like they've got it covered. Just start whistling and walking away nonchalantly.
Isla, do you want to come in as well?
I don't actually know if we're supposed to. Maybe we should go over there.
The man that is there with his wife just looks over. You most certainly should not be here. You do not seem the type that would have an invitation to this area, now do you?
Well, my invitation was my friend falling from the sky, and I just wanted to make sure he didn't die.
Let's
That was my
just
kind
have
of
the two of
invitation.
you move along now. The exit is that
I mean,
way.
you
He
have
points.
You have
Points a
so
little to
much
the east.
space. What is the big deal if we are
Up and
all
over,
in here?
Rivort! Up and over! And I'm just gonna chuck him
Alright.
over the
You throw
wall.
Rivert over the
Whoa.
fence. Very
Uh-huh.
easily.
While this is happening and we're witnessing it, because I'm assuming Ori and I followed
Mm-hmm.
Tagi, Bungie's gonna whisper it over. Ori, these might be more of the people that your tube weasel might be interested in getting closer to.
I think you may be very right.
These people
Did you
look
get
like
the
tube
hint?
weasel targets.
Wait, what about weasels and
Ori,
targets?
get the
What?
tube
That's what
weasel,
she
quick!
What are we doing?
Prepare
What about-
the tube weasel!
Prepare the tube weasel.
Nay, on the weasels.
What about weasels? Do
Weasel
I know about the
Tay?
weasel?
You know about Ori's pet.
Oh.
I'm gonna climb over the fence, by the way. I don't want to cause more concern, so I'm gonna...
You climb over
I
the
will-
fence. Give me a strong roll. Or a tough roll.
I will
either
have
one.
Ollie go investigate.
Or a tough roll, yep. That is a 13. You make it over, but not without snagging some of your outfit on occasion and getting a rough abrasion.
That's fine.
Does she lose her pants?
No,
karma?
but there's
So-
some holes in her clothes now that are uncomfortable and might need to be sewn up.
I'll fix
So
this
we
for you,
can see
Teo.
Teo now?
Yeah, Teo climbs over the fence, and on the way down, there's like she rips part of her shirt, and then like there's a hole in the edge of her pants, like in the right or left hip.
Can I rip my shirt to the point where it's like a bro tank, where it all goes all the way down to like here to just show like the ribs? Can I rip it to that point?
Give me an agile roll to see, or brains to see which how successful you are at doing that without just ripping the shirt in
Not
half down the
brains.
side.
No.
You go to do that, and you just you tear it all the way down, and now it's just dangling flaps on
Ooh.
either side.
My.
Aaron will tie it off.
Aaron goes over and ties your shirt.
Actually, that's a very flattering look.
Immediately have the hell yeah, girl, get your tits out audio.
Oh, I should follow it up with much better than what you're usually wearing.
You know, yep, just could just ended the sentence, but yeah, thank you.
So you are now all gathered together at the edge of this wrought iron fence. What
I
happens
is
next?
hello, sir. Who are you? It is a very nice fence, but it is needlessly spiky, no?
Are you saying that to the individual on the
Yeah.
other side?
You know it.
He goes, well, it is very important to us that we remain distant from the unwashed masses. Illness travels that way, and those individuals, they just
Oh,
do
so-
not know how to handle themselves, no matter how often you provide them with soap. And
Maybe you could just
rivers.
help them wash.
I don't feel like washing people. That's disgusting.
Oh,
Fine.
Interesting.
Can I
Wait.
can I do something with the little spirit in my staff and this person, like, you know, trap part of their essence or fear or something in it?
So what are you going to try to do?
I don't know exactly. We never really talked about how it exactly works. So I'm good in that. Yeah, I want to fuck this person up. Ah, sorry. Never mind. I'll figure that out later.
All right, I'll wait on it for now.
you are,
You see him like
Oh,
back
back
up a
that
few
direction.
steps. Cool.
Oh, sure.
I think
Are
our
you-
time in
is-
this area has been sullied, and maybe we should leave.
Ooh,
everyone, this house is going to be up for
I'm
bid.
I'm sorry. The doctor said I got that like 1 week killing virus thing. There's contagious. Sorry about that, sir.
1 week killing.
But the
virus.
fence, yeah, the fence though protects, right? So you're okay.
I'm sure
Probably.
that the germs don't travel in the air.
The
or
two
anything.
of them there look like slightly pale, and they turn
It's quite
immediately,
devastating.
and they're like, "We should get out of here." And you see them just like
It-
briskly walking.
It's
up the
only
path
attracted to clean people.
I'm sure Lauren won't be mad at us for this at all.
Why would you be mad at this for? I was just flying. This is just our ground.
So
I did my
wait,
job. I protected
can I-
someone from fully dying.
Can I
would be
use my
fine.
dark wind to like corrode some of the like stuff around them to like make it make it even extra.
So there is wrought iron in front of you, and iron deadens magic. You can't really cast through it with
You
your
know what?
level of power.
This is too much of an impulse decision. I shouldn't do anything like this. We're about to be respectable with
Character
the whole thing.
growth.
Aaron
Yeah,
is
I
gonna
feel like
take out
the
a small.
best thing we can do is walk away, and if a crime weasel happens to do something, that's not on us.
Oh, Crime Weasel's going. A quick question too.
Mhm.
In my little vision, it was everybody that suffered the consequences, or were these rich people excluded?
It seemed like the whole city will collapse.
Perfect. I mean, for them. We're gonna try to save the others, but them.
Erin's gonna take out one of her daggers and scrape a little bit of rust off of the fence because that could definitely be used on Circus Punch in the future.
All right, you have scraped some rust off, and you now have that in your bag.
Can you get tetanus from drinking rust?
We can find out.
If it cuts you on the inside, yes.
The circus hall has their tetanus shots, right? We're okay.
Do it for the irony.
Don't. So, the nobility has left the
No.
direct
So
vicinity. Yes.
Crime Weasel, I want to know what happened with Crime Weasel before.
Yes.
Well, Ollie does pop out and is currently playing with that coin you gave him.
Picture the dude from Monsters Inc. when I think of him, like
Randall.
Yeah. Camouflaging to everything.
Yeah, kind of.
Or the
'cause he-
octopus in what was that? Finding Dory.
Oh yeah.
Finding Dory.
He's
I
not an
will-
octopus, he's a
Under-
septopus.
Ollie.
Yes.
I will
Let me know.
because I used it
Yeah.
last episode and it makes
There's
multiple things. I will go and give Ollie a little piece of candy. With a piece of candy.
Stop moving, Ollie. All right. You give Ollie a little piece of candy. What does Ollie's piece of candy do? I am
+1 to
regretting
all
sharing
rolls
images
per
with
scene.
you all this way.
It gives +1 rolls to all for the scene because
Okay,
I
+1.
remember
That's the
last
one you're
time-
choosing. All right.
Yeah.
Ollie looks up at you and awaits your orders. What do you tell him to do, Ori?
Follow those two home and find us some treasure. And see if there's any fishy dealings going on in there, please.
Ollie just kind of nods and bounds through the gate and goes after them. I'm going to see what Ollie rolls invisibly. Okay. So Ollie will return at a later time if he doesn't get caught.
Master of disguise.
That's true.
King of
Weasel,
deception.
Like you use that as a verb to describe people who don't get caught. Adjective? Adverb? Weaselly. Easily?
Weasley. Little
Adverb.
weasel.
Like a weasel. Is that an adverb?
I think so.
Yeah.
In this context,
No,
yes.
but like, wouldn't it be just so like if someone is weaselly, wouldn't that be an adjective?
It would be an adjective.
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
So the
Ooh.
four of you head
Ooh.
away from the wrought iron gate and back towards the main city. And do you wish to speak about what you've all been party to? You've all kind of done some different things today.
So the
don't
people
really
might
wanna
be getting their minds manipulated by the water in this town, so I'm gonna be investigating that tomorrow.
There's definitely not enough money to go around. There are a lot of hungry children.
Oh, yes. They're all going to die. It's unfortunate. If
Oh,
they
no,
the
there-
same trajectory goes.
There's very
Go down
clearly
here.
plenty of money. Did you not see that beautiful mansion? There's a lot of money right there.
But not on this side of the fence.
It only goes up. The money only goes up.
Can I
a
clarify
problem.
just a couple of points that were just mentioned that were news to me?
Yeah, I'm right there with you, but did everyone see something very different than what I was seeing the whole day?
Well, so the two things that are most concerning, one, the poisoned well water. I'm not sure if that's some kind of like euphemism or like a thing. And then also there was the proclamation that everyone is going to die. Can we unpack some of that just a little bit?
Wait, what?
Everyone is mortal, no?
Who is?
Yes,
wait,
well,
what do you
not
mean
everyone,
everyone's
but-
gonna die?
Well, that's what Ori
Yeah,
said,
Ori-
so that's what I would
Ori,
like to know.
So,
Dish.
okay. For the sake of not thinking I'm too crazy, Teo, look away with your judgment eyes. I had a vision. And in said vision,
He does
Teo,
a lot
look
of
over there.
drugs. He does a lot of drugs.
I'm more upset that you think I'm judgy. Out of anyone, I feel like I'm the least judgy. Kind of looks at Bungie for a moment and then looks back.
I just thought you would think I was a little crazy if I said I had a vision.
Well, no, I just
so-
assume you're all. I assume all of you are batshit insane consistently.
Precisely. So, it wasn't very good, you see. This whole operation of this town, it is leading to one thing, and it is only for a very tiny little select few to make out profitable, and the rest of these poor people are just going to be used and sucked dry until this whole place is just no more. It's
And you
unfortunate.
saw this in a vision, a drug induced vision, nothing magical. Yes.
You're just
It's
describing
quite-
capitalism, right?
Quite a
I
very,
mean,
very
kinda.
graphic vision. It actually, it was a nat 20 vision. Oh, whatever that means, it just came to me.
A 20/20 vision. Yeah, that's like if you got good eyesight.
That's
good.
hindsight.
Yeah.
Should we be concerned about the number of times Ori has drug-induced vision? Like, should we have an intervention?
No, I think that's part of
don't
his
do-
charm.
I don't do drugs.
See, that was actually a very
Uh,
judgy statement. So
I was just
Yeah.
told he did drugs.
Teo,
Yeah, so-
come on. We don't judge our friend for his recreational practices.
you can judge him for
To
his
be
terrible
interrupting, but
looks and the weird smell and the way he
This-
doesn't really care about other people all the time, and usually how he's trying to get people to
Shoot.
steal and stuff. But do not judge him on his drug use. That is rude.
Yes. Anyway. So
Okay.
Also,
know,
most
we
drugs
have
are very
worked out.
useful.
I'm
and
trying to look out for everyone here and be a good person. But if you don't want to hear my advice, it's fine. It's
no.
fine. Just wait
Thank you.
a day or a week or
for-
20 years,
I'm
however long it takes. There
supporting
was
you.
no time
Why are
frame.
you getting so
Just-
defensive?
just-
I'm being nice and supporting
I'm-
you, so please
Eh,
continue.
Yeah. Gee, I wonder
Oh
what
no!
But if you
Is
want
the
to something-
popcorn machine broken again?
You can tell that all
Oh,
the way
yep.
from here. We
I
are in the
smell it.
middle of town.
It's just such a usual sound that I've gotten used to that
Kagi, I'm concerned
We are like
you
a
are.
mile and a half away.
Kagi,
Sorry,
I'm concerned
I
you
just-
are paranoid about this popcorn machine.
I
and,
just really like our popcorn. It makes me sad how many times you can't eat it. You know, it's just I'm concerned about it. This is all.
I mean,
You know, I
Aaron
think
does
I'm
a
going to go
very
check
good
it out.
job.
Aaron
Uh,
is quietly looking around for
Mandadori,
something to
though.
set on fire to support Tagi here.
Uh,
Can we not
Wait,
commit
There's
arson
some
in the
very
middle
nice
of the...
bushes.
Are we walking and
so-
talking? Are
so-
we doing a walk
so-
and talk? I
Walking and
assume?
talking.
so Ori, you saw not a vision, but we'll talk about what it is that makes you.
Can we
How is this
cover
leading to our
over
death?
the delusions after we get to
Yes.
the freaking point, and then you can cover up and try to convince. You know,
Yes. Okay.
her
Sorry.
that
I
it's
just.
not real. What?
Nothing. Nah. Baji's and their weird talking patterns.
No, but I'm pretty sure she's not allowed to lie.
Are we finished? Are we ready to
So
move on?
death, doom, and destruction to the entire city. Can we get back to that?
Yes. How was this whole thing leading to the death of the whole city?
I think that's your part, right? Like, is it the well? Like, what
Yeah,
is
I mean-
happening?
Well, okay.
What?
We
So
could
what?
potentially counter poison the well. Just putting that out there.
It
I
seems
really
like
love to
there might
answer, but there's so many
be
theories
they're-
running about.
they might be using the water to play with people's minds and make
Make
people
them
really
into
like the
drones.
Lord of the city. It's scientific, not magical. It's science. It's drugs.
You're the
Drugs.
worst fucker ever.
I'm sorry. It's been a long day. Okay. I mean, what do you mean? I'm a worse splitter.
Ty, did I miss any details in that?
Not,
Basically the
not
gist, yeah?
specifically. No, all you did was see. All you
Okay.
saw was that the village, the city seemed to grow in wealth and prosperity for a small period of time, and then everything basically
Wait.
dies.
Wait. I saw while we were in the tower a mining district that was just being opened up, and it's just like new. They haven't even started operating yet, unless I misunderstood that voice in the sky. So this be connected if this is a new thing?
So
Yes,
you
yes, yes, yes.
remember the guard had told you that the well was christened in the moment that the mine had been opened to be worked in. So that was relatively recently. So this mine is a new operation, and the well had been created at the same time as it started being used.
Why don't we all go to the mine and check it out, see what's inside?
Or the well?
Why would you want to
The,
go
the well, I
underground?
have an invitation to go to the well tomorrow anyway, so
We are going to
Go to a
check out the
well?
well.
Failed to mention that.
I think we all need to take a
Important
minute
detail.
and recognize when we put ourselves in situations that are going to lead us to getting jumped. This is now the second time we've been invited to situations that are going to get us jumped.
I love
The ci-
jumping.
the
This is
ci-
great.
Not
the
that
city-
Why is
kind
everyone
of
giving?
jump.
the city
Why is
guard
everyone
invited
jumping
me
without
though.
me?
The city guard invited me officially to go there during daylight. I don't think
The
this is
city guard
That's
of
safe,
the
definitely
place
safe.
that we made fun of and kind of ridiculed their leader. Think things through, Taki. That's gonna lead to you
yes.
being
When you
jumped.
say
Just
we
a little bit more
ridicule
detail.
I got a good vibe off of him,
90% of
Tio.
us.
Tio,
No, this
trust
person
me.
seems on the level.
Theo, trust me. I got a good vibe off of him. I don't think that is
Did he
jumping situation.
specify during the day?
once.
But
Unless
that's
they
to the
are all in the
mines?
same place.
To the mines? Do you
That's
guys
true.
want to go to the mines and check it out? What's going on in
Ew.
there?
It is now
Maybe we
it
should
is
make a
now
plan
about
when we're out of
10:30 at night,
earshot.
just so you know.
What?
It is
What?
now roughly 10:30 in the evening. It's getting relatively late. So most of
Perfect
the
time
town
to
is
go to a
starting
mine.
What is
Nobody
Oh.
will be
question?
working.
You know, it is
Exactly.
the perfect time to go to a mine? Never.
I
Well,
kind of agree.
uh,
Not really. but
perfect
seeing-
this time to go. I mean, better time to go to a mine than I guess than daylight.
So, hold on. Okay.
Well,
Maybe I'm
technically, it's
missing
always
some
dark in a
pieces.
mine.
So why do we care? So the mine is the exact reason people are dying? What does the mine have to do with anything?
All I saw was a big explosion of prosperity and an illusion of happiness, and it went so well in the beginning with the mine and everything else, and then it just kind of all.
Still just hearing capitalism.
So the mine
Well, I'm
isn't
not gonna deny
necessarily a
that.
bad thing. We just have to figure out what turns the mine into a bad thing.
No, actually,
Point.
Tio, it's like what Bungie is saying is actually true. Our friend
Surprising.
here is very
Bocce.
upset about the rising tide of capitalism sweeping over this city right now, and it's his creative way of saying that. So let's go to the mine and destroy capitalism.
My brain hurts.
Yay.
Um,
What's this world's version of Marx?
Of Marx, you could make something
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, Ty, did you not think about how we would want to bring Karl Marx into this situation?
I did
yes.
not
Create a-
consider
yes,
adding
moral
Karl Marx
Karks.
to- Yeah, there you go. Karl
Moral
Marx.
Karks.
It's
I
Karl
love
I
Moral
Marx.
love
Karks.
the teachings of moral Karks.
Wait,
I
what was
do
what was? Never mind.
Okay, so maybe I'm slow. Maybe that's okay.
Maybe.
Mine originally good,
No,
turned
you're quite
bad
fancy.
for unseen reasons. Well,
Yes.
also poisoned. Do we know if they're connected?
Well, mine
I mean,
more like
Literally or
uh,
figuratively, because maybe it's
Both?
leaching into the water.
I mean,
You
I
know,
think
like a
mines in
balloon.
wells going to the same place.
I guess I'm just
Around.
confused
I
why I
mean-
can't go home and take a nap and we need to go into a mine.
I
It's
mean,
like
Yeah.
You could take a
10:30,
nap
so
in the
probably
mine.
an-
as you
That
guys
seems
can see, there's a very powerful noble class here, and now they've created a mine, and they're bleeding this city dry, and they're gonna exploit the working class even more here, and You know, while they pay a lot of money for that weird clock tower that has parts that are falling out and hit me in the head.
It's not even the right time.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
would like to use
So-
deja vu existence to see if the mine is even a good option to go figure anything out at the moment.
I'm just
Deja
not ready to
vu
fight a Balrog yet.
Existence. That will be related
Robbie.
to. You can recall
Fly, you
events exactly
fools.
as they're going to happen. So.
Mhm.
I mean,
I really
right
just
now,
wanna
that's
see my
that's
vision where he
recalling
gets
the
jumped
events
with
that you're currently having happen. What is your intention?
Mm.
So you can only see things that are going to happen from what you're already going to do. This would indicate
I
you
want
have
to
to
see if
decide to
going-
go to the mine.
Oh, well, I wanted to see if going to the mine would be a good or bad outcome. I suppose.
So then
I'm
you
just
start
gonna
making your
say
way to the
then
mine. Is that
Maybe
what
we
I
should start
maybe we
headed
go
to
to
the
the
mine for
mine.
just a second.
Mostly, I think we should go to the mine because I think Toggy is really irritating and I would like him to shut up. And it feels like this is the only way to have that happen.
I think that's a good idea. Yes.
I
yeah.
am-
Let's go to the mine.
I will
okay,
go,
fine,
but
never
I
mind.
swear to
Yes,
God, if we
me.
get
Go to the
jumped, I'm gonna say I
mine.
told you
Wait,
so. For the
I
next
mean, if you're
4
gonna put it that way, we don't have to go. I just thought it like made sense.
No,
If
no,
you-
no, no, no.
if you
We
are-
should go. We should go. We should
If
go.
you're
I could- no,
jumping
I
into
could
mine,
just-
then maybe I can do it. Okay.
I can shut up. Yeah, I mean, it's just I'm trying to be helpful with the
I do
things I've
not-
been learning.
Can
Do
you?
not-
Can you
do
go?
not-
We're simply paralyzed with
Maybe we can
indecision,
do
aren't
the
we?
jumping ourselves.
I do
Or-
not think I have jumped in a mine before, so we can do this, I suppose. But if
We are
there's any sign of
literally-
trouble, then I'm leaving the mine.
We are literally what decision paralysis is.
So
We go to the mine.
Just
Accurate.
decision paralysis.
So Ori,
To the mine.
as everybody starts moving in the
Oh.
direction of the mine heading south,
Mm-hmm.
you see yourself taking steps forward much more rapidly than is actually happening as this spectral image of yourself and your party just travels across the distance. You see running into the town edge, you see yourselves having to speak with the guards there, making your way outside of town, indicating that you will be returning even though it's late. They usually close up things at night, so you have to make some sort of convincing happen. That way you can get back in the city without having to either go around to where the circus is, which is a long walk, or being locked out for the night and having to just camp outside of town. Beyond that, you head a little bit further south to the mine. It takes you about an hour of walking along the way. There's some individuals that are patrolling here and there. And when you approach the mine, that's when you notice the soldiers. A lot of them that are protecting it at the moment. Late in the evening, they recognize that you are outsiders and you are coming here. And very quickly, they descend upon all of you, trying to determine who you are and why you're there and what you're coming towards this very highly protected property that happens to be the lifeblood of this city and what you might be trying to do. In that moment, your vision dims as you can see a myriad of outcomes occur all at once. One of which is, of course, being arrested. One of which is somebody gets hurt really badly or possibly dies. Fights break out. A whole bunch of crazy random stuff starts to happen, which fills your mind in strange ways. And then, of course, in one of these, you head into the mine. Inside the mine, you see that it is made of stone, and it is not incredibly well dug, and that there is some sort of emanations coming from it. And then you snap back to yourself.
2 seconds. May I have everyone's attention, please. So, we're all going to be met with a lot of challenges and obstacles to get to the mine. If you want to do that, it's about an hour walk. We're going to have to get out of the gates. We're going to have to actually convince the guards that we're coming back later, even though it's supposed to be closed, and not have to be locked out and camping. And then we're going to get to the mine by
Start
dodging
camping?
patrols.
No.
And
no.
just so you're
Fine,
aware, it's
fine.
surrounded by
camp.
soldiers.
I can just.
We're not to the best part. We're not to the best part. We're not to the best part. Once we get to the soldiers and the mine, we may get in there, but probably not. Far more worse outcomes. However, there's something emanating, a strange energy in there. I could describe it for you and save us all the trouble, but I think that it may be perilous to go there right now. So, just
Fine.
throw that
Maybe
out
we
there.
steal some clothes from the people working in the mine and go there in the
No.
morning.
Oh gosh,
Or
no.
I can just
Oh gosh.
get into the good graces of the guard that got me, invited me to the well, and maybe I can convince him that whatever trouble is happening is coming from the mine, and maybe he can get me in there or us in there.
Also,
Scare
I'd
him
like
to
to
death.
look at
I'm
the
sure
well.
that'll work.
Yeah, maybe we go, we take a nap, we get, we come out in the morning to see what's going on, we meet your guy, and then, go from
What's
there.
the energy look like?
Give me a magical roll, and let's see if you could
Mhm.
recognize anything about it.
I mean, I don't know even if I can convince
How
him
about
since
that?
I'm so annoying, apparently,
Ooh, ooh.
or irritating. I mean,
I'm really
So-
glad that you're learning that about yourself, so good job.
The
damn it, Shannon!
The sense that you
You
had.
told me I had to stay mean. You challenged me, Sanan.
I know you're good at it, actually.
Aaron just walks
sorry, I
between
love you.
Tagi and Bunchy and grabs Tagi's arm and pulls him over to Teo.
Ori, the energies you felt emitting from the mine, it was relatively strong. You remember taking a moment to kind of reach down into it as far as you could. There is some sort of aether, mostly related to space magic, that seems to be like coalesced down below. That's all you could get off of it, even with an at 20 at that distance. The best I can give you is that there is a concentration of space magic in that mine.
Interesting. So I know it's down there, and it may be worth it to see it at some point, but there's a very large concentration of aether down there, specifically in space aether. How intriguing, yes. But again, it's going to kill everyone, so I don't know. It may not be good at all. Why are you all looking at me like that?
Because I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Mainly because there can't be aether down there that doesn't exist. So whatever
Yeah, it's-
drugs you were on,
Yeah,
it's
you're
not.
damn
you're
druggy, seeing weird
Probably
visions
just
and
minerals
shit.
to make a warp
Yeah.
drive. For sure.
Why
I
don't
get
we
it, I
just
get
go
it.
back and you
Swamp
get some
gas.
sleep? Druggy makes saying aether. Weirdo,
Didn't
right?
you just
Right,
yell
Teo?
at me for not making fun of him for using drugs, and now you're calling him a druggie? I feel like those are two very
Well, I thought he
different
was.
things.
I thought he was doing it responsibly, but clearly he has problems. So it's just now I'm worried about him. You're right.
I very much have a problem, and I really need to go back to the tent and just go to sleep. That's
See,
what
he.
I
Oh my
need.
God! Intervention worked. He admits it.
Ori,
Let's go!
you
Success.
do have a warehouse that you had thought about traveling down to later this evening.
Mm.
Where you're gonna
Or
get jumped
there
by children.
is the warehouse. That's an option too. And the well. But the warehouse.
Well, we're doing in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And the mine
Why did
after the
you-
well. So that leaves
sleepy
us the
time.
warehouse.
But
To be fair, it's children that wanted to meet us there. I mean, how
Yeah.
bad could it be?
Have you ever fought a swarm of children?
Have you
How
ever
No,
thought
Yes,
of
no.
I have. I
They
most
did
definitely
genuinely
have.
want
She
my
did.
advice,
She would.
though.
She would fight our entire villages or town, like the clan where we grew up. All the kids would pick on us, and she would and fight the entire
I've
swarm
beaten up
when she
many
was a
children.
kid.
I was also a child at the time. I'm not like an adult beating up children.
Yeah.
That would be
Okay, but
weird.
But did you kick their
just got-
asses?
Yeah, most definitely.
So what are we worried about?
You!
And these are definitely not orc kids, so
So Ori,
easier
these-
to beat.
I
These
did
children-
participate. I did give one of the kids a
Natural.
black eye. I didn't
Or-
knock
Ori,
anyone out.
remember
like
that these
Teo
children
did.
may have more information
Maybe
about
you
what's
should
going
have
on in town.
I had
It
that
might
broken
be,
face.
might be something you could actually get out of them as some details about what's occurring
What
in the
if
city.
we let Ori go in, or a couple of you go in, and I will stand outside. You yell a safe word, I'll come beat up some children.
That works.
We
Oh,
also take
yeah, I
that
would
and clip it.
love
just
to go in
for
there by myself.
blackmail.
Theo, Theo, I think you could just scare the kids though. That
But
would
the
be enough.
But you know, the likelihood of someone telling us open information while I'm standing there tends to diminish because I am rather intimidating.
Does that make me a
Not wrong.
decoy? to kill
Yeah, 100%.
children
Yeah,
out?
no, 100%. You are a decoy.
You
I'm willing
might
to take that
check
challenge.
with
Figure out
Ripper and
what's
see if
going
he's
on.
got some extra candy.
We work at a
Ooh.
circus. Can't we just invite the kids to the circus and then ask them
I tried, and I got
Didn't
ugly
give-
glares from somebody.
No, you invited them to come pickpocket people at the circus.
That
That's
is
just
true.
to get them in the gates to be able
No,
to
you were
woo
telling them
and
to
get
pickpocket
information.
people at our
Ooh,
circus.
tell the kids the circus has a horror show. Kids love horror.
They do. And I was going to
Yeah.
take a cut for all of us. It would have been very beneficial. Nothing
I
out of the
mean,
ordinary.
I could use
Okay,
some extra cash.
one more
Some
thing
people
before we go
here.
meet children in a warehouse in the middle of the night. They did mention, well, Fox was his name. Do we know anything about?
Yes.
Because that could be a full-grown adult that could kick your ass.
He's a free thinker, and he helps those children to be
Yeah,
able to
and it could be a
survive in
free
these
thinker that
hard
can kick your
streets.
ass. Like, that
He-
doesn't...
That's
he-
Or
like
they
yeah.
90% of
Be
the
a
free
really
thinkers. It'll be
strong
fine.
ally.
But
His
he's
name
also
is
like exploiting,
Fox.
and he's exploiting small children to steal.
Okay.
footwear here?
And his name is Fox.
Giving them the
Kind of the
power
only
to
way that they
use what skills they
survive,
have at
though.
their...
So
Ori and Aaron, you were both here when the
That's fair.
children were here. What if both of you go in and we can get Ribort to get some kind of like eyes from above in this warehouse?
Yeah,
just love
yeah,
this
this makes sense.
plan. I love this
Are
plan.
we still standing in the middle of the square?
We're walking and
Yeah,
talking.
You're walking and talking.
But
at
how
this point.
are we back at
We've
the
moved
circus? at
the
that
square
point?
6 times.
Right, we're just like, oh,
This
we're
town is
Sounds
not
like-
very big.
At this
Ow.
point,
It's a small town, yeah.
we're echoing. Oh no! At this point, you've traveled across the market square, and you kind of are stopped at the edge of the circus entrance, basically, where it's getting cleaned up and closed down for the night, and people are heading home. So you haven't quite gone in there, but you could turn and head east into the lower city and go to the
I
warehouse.
think if we get Ribort to have some kind of
To the
like eyes from
warehouse.
above, maybe with the help of Bungie and some shadows, we send the two that the kids know of in there. I can just be back up and Tuggy can do something.
Just out of curiosity too, how is it do you think that I can use shadows for something like that without any magic or anything?
I don't fucking know. You're probably really good at like shadow puppets. I don't care.
Oh, right. I create
She is
shadows
a
literally with shadow puppets. Okay, yeah.
That for one of your shows.
I'm just
You're
asking
good at-
questions.
You're good at standing in front of light sources.
Yeah, you're just really good at finding your. You are.
You
This is
find your
Anna.
light.
You are vain enough to find your light consistently. So
This is very
Remember,
true. Yeah.
Teo, that you don't necessarily just don't believe magic exists.
no, but I
rather
don't
that
believe anyone can use it.
The magic is granted by evil beings, pretty much.
No, I know that Eternals can use it, but no mortal has ever been able to harness it.
Correct. So if a mortal seems to have it happening around them, ergo, an Eternal is doing it for them.
Oh yeah, now I get. He's not addicted to
We're
drugs.
talking about
He has
Bungie
an
now.
immor-
You missed that. We're talking
Oh.
about Bungie.
Well, I
Yeah.
still goes to Ori
Totally.
too, as a
And Could you
Eternal
please pick a
telling.
narrative so I can stick with it and be consistent?
Do you want to be addicted to drugs? I'm like, this version's better.
Do
It
you
makes
wanna
sense
be
now.
addicted
All right, can we go to the
drugs?
warehouse, everyone?
Just can't stop in mid stride.
Okay.
We're off to the warehouse to go
Yeah.
exploit children.
You
Yep.
begin going to the warehouse
Accurate.
to exploit children in the middle of the night.
By
What are your
invite.
incentives?
By
So-
invite.
Yeah, we were
So-
invited to exploit children at
How
night.
do you want to
I said
approach
children.
this? As you start moving down into the working quarter, you notice that the level of wealth and the upkeep of the building seems to degrade a little bit. None of them are quite as tall, although they do still stand up to 2, maybe 3 stories tall that are just stacked residences on top of one another. As you head in the direction that Ori was given the instructions to go to for the warehouse, you can see that there are some squat square buildings that are a little bit larger than some of the others in the distance. And you can smell tanning hide, kind of that kind of sour, gross smell of leather that's sitting outside and being chemically altered. You can smell the scrapings of basically the parts of the city, the jobs that nobody wants to have around the middle of the city. So
I'd
how do
really
you
like to go to the other side of the fence.
how do you approach this warehouse as you get closer to it? You're kind of moving around more and more narrow streets in this direction. And you can see the occasional marked crate. You can see barrels. You can see kind of ramshackle scaffolding here and there, working on buildings and whatnot. And yeah, so what happens from there before you go further in?
I think the plan was to send the two that the kids know about, which was Ori and Aaron together.
Mm-hmm.
Let Ribort get some kind of aerial and maybe take Bungie with.
Okay.
and I will hang out at the door.
With
I would
Tuggy.
also very much like to either pickpocket the children or create an illusion of some sort, because I want to be an element of surprise where I can just be like, "This is how you do it, children," and they turn around and I have all their goods.
All right, so you're going to anticipate
blow
picking
their
their
minds.
pockets. Got it.
Yes.
All right, so Aaron and Ori, the two of you, are a little bit further ahead than Teo and Tagi. Bungie and Ribort, you are going to be taking an aerial pathway. So as everybody goes walking
We
further
have
into the
weird
city,
names.
you do. What does it look like as Ribort and Bungie make their way up to the rooftops? I mean, Ribort probably just jumps there, I'd assume.
Well,
do you have a
I
way
come
to-
with my own straps, so I'll just
Good.
buckle up and ride the frog.
All right, Ribort, give me a
I-
strong roll, because you can jump that high, but let's
There's
see
a lot of
how
strapping to the frog.
muscular those legs
session.
are. Get those straps on and show me how muscular those legs are, Ribort.
Le boing.
That's a 14. Bungie's relatively lightweight, so I'm going to say you jump 3
Pepe Le
distance
Pew frog.
instead of 4. So 15 feet at a time. So you jump up to
I mean,
the
I
first...
also have my zip line grapple, so.
True. So you jump like part of the way up, you land on a ledge and then pull you the rest of the way up with Bungie up on top.
Just like strike a pose gloriously is my perfection unfazed as ascent.
So it's taking you a small period of time to get up to the top, not a whole lot of time, and you begin making your way over in the direction that Ori had pointed out that the warehouse was in. Both of you give me a brains roll, please.
I could really use some shadows to steal from these children to impress them.
I was gonna offer, but
There's 18
I'm
and
going
4.
up a hill. I'm strapped on, so I don't need to do anything. I'm beautiful. So
Better
that
being
roll
strapped
is
off.
irrelevant.
Ooh,
So are you literally like riding Ribort? Is that what I'm understanding, or were you being like pulled behind?
I'm imagining now like a Yoda on my back. Except
Yes.
we're
Only
basically
she's
the same
same
height.
size as you.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Better
So
than
it's
me.
just
I'm
a
just hearing
little
innuendos
awkward.
over here.
Right.
Well,
but I'm
I
making
mean-
it look good.
You would only have to do that for the part where you're ascending with me, unless you refuse to decouple.
Bungie's like, I want to ride this frog all the way to victory.
The thing about this is that's odd is that we both knew exactly this has happened before, so
I mean, how else do you get to the rafters before shows quickly, right?
well, yeah, I don't want to break a sweat before a show. I want to control my glisten, I'm a lady, goddammit. So yeah. No, I will decouple from riding the frog at the appropriate moment.
All right, so it takes you longer to decouple than it did to couple.
You are going to
I
be strapped
don't
off.
want this
Ain't
terminology
true.
anymore.
And
I was
you
finally into it, but I said.
anyway, you have separated the straps and whatnot, and you and Ribord are now separate up on the roof, and that takes, I'd say, maybe 5 minutes. And from there, you put away your supplies and you start moving in the direction that Ori had assigned you. And after going across a few rooftops, you start to notice, you being Ribord, Bungie's unaware at the moment, but Ribord, you start to notice that there appears to be a pattern to the clutter. As these individuals are walking down the streets that are heading to the warehouse, they're being more and more directed by the flow of the trash, by the barrels, by the scaffolding, things like that seem to be channeling them in a specific way towards this warehouse. As they travel further on, eventually you notice that the roofing spaces are blocked up and you can no longer see down to where they are.
There's tarps over
There's
the streets?
There's
or...
tarps, or there's custom roof slats that have been put between buildings.
Rusted
and
corrugated
spaces.
metal.
Yeah, things like that. It just seems like they have on purpose blocked off another access route.
Okay. And so are there no ceiling windows or
No, I think
Skylights.
Agrabah. These are mostly flat stone roofs, buildings that have been put together with clay and stone.
roofs? Okay.
So we will be boinging on awnings, is what I'm hearing.
Stone roofs and awnings, I guess.
Gotta eat to live, gotta steal to eat. Otherwise, we'd get
And
along.
I guess what I would want to do then is put an awning that's next to the warehouse and go down, like hang off of it and see if I can climb in a window that's
Okay.
high up.
You get closer to this thing, and you believe that you found the warehouse. It's a relatively flat, large structure that seems to be blocked off all around the main streets that kind of spiral out from around it. You go to the nearest awning that you can find, and as you go down, the window is sealed shut from the inside.
What are you
How?
doing?
How? It looks like
Yeah.
wooden slats have been placed in the inside of it and nailed shut.
This place is fortified.
Like, what do you mean fortified?
They're blocked off the roof access. The windows are boarded up. It's like they expect an assault or some kind of an attack.
Well, I guess it's thwarting us, so well played, builders. Can we just jump? Should we go to the street? Are we supposed to be up here? If we can't see, it's pointless to be up here, right? What do we do?
Well, this is making me think that maybe the other group is about to be, how you say, ambushed?
Jumped? Oh.
No,
ambushed.
no,
Can you
it's
say
much less
ambushed? I
fun.
guess ambushed.
Ambush?
Ambush.
It is not going to be nearly as fun as jumping. No, I'm afraid that it might be in fact they make it ambushed. It might be best if we maybe.
Wait, did we have a safe word? Weren't we supposed to say a safe word? If we found trouble, is this trouble? Do we get to say the safe word? Do we establish a safe word? Or are we just gonna like randomly wing it?
I'm
and
not
be
going to
easy on it?
lie. I kind of lost the conversation thread a lot in
Safe
that whole
word is
discussion.
boing.
Um, I mostly I was just happy we are not going to a mine. So
That was such a weird conversation. Okay, caw. I don't know.
Bungie starts
Hey,
making
there's trouble.
loud
Le corps,
noises
le
from up on the
corps.
roof. Okay, so we move down to Aran and Ori, who are ahead of the others, and you're kind of moving
Le
through
corps.
some spaces that are progressively filled a little more and more with trash, with boxes and barrels discarded, some of them empty, some of them damaged, with sections of the town that seem to be messed up a little bit and have to be repaired. The occasional slat into some of these buildings and the windows. You see like eyes like looking out at you for a second before they dart back into the darkness. And what do the two of you say or do as you're heading in this direction?
Do you ever feel like cattle being led to a slaughter?
Constantly.
Oh. You should really talk to someone about that.
You should really talk to someone about
While we're walking, Aaron's going to mix something up and do a have a mush up poly paste ready.
Okay, so you've created a crystalline mush up poly paste. Make sure you know you have one of those handy. I'm sure you won't forget. Anyway, the two of you, like Aran just reaches down into some of her equipment and puts some stuff together, and then has this like stoppered frothing concoction that she's holding now.
I'm just going to choose to trust these kiddos. They seemed very inquisitive and smart and needed a little guidance, and it was a pleasant conversation, so I'm sure everything's fine. Everything.
So
Totally
basically,
fine.
they're hoping
Yes.
you're hoping that they're you as a child.
Well,
What
we
would
just
you
started
have done as a child to us?
well, good thing we don't have anything of value on us because I would have robbed them blind.
hmm
Valid point. We could turn around. We could caw or something. I don't know.
I mean, we could use the secret word, which is thanks to Tagi, popcorn machine.
Popcorn machine. I don't recall that being a thing, but you could try. You seem to have an asphyxiation on popcorn, you and Toggy. I'm not sure why, but I mean, it's a
it,
pleasant snack and all, but
So
it helps with Teo.
the two of you are standing there, relatively close to what you can see as the entrance to this large warehouse, and a couple of the boarded doors next to you swing open, And as they do so, two individuals step out wearing full plague doctor masks with large canisters located on either side of them. And they look at
Oh.
you and they go, "Good afternoon or good evening." And then you just start seeing this spraying green mist just inside of the hallway that you've been brought into. Teo and Tagi,
Good evening.
the two of you
Yes.
are walking behind them,
I told you so.
sticking a
Sorry.
relatively good distance away. And as you're kind of watching the two of them march through this area, they round a corner. They seem to be like out of sight for a second. Do you have anything to say
Great, we
to
got
each
the
other? The two of you
scarecrow
have
in
had a
here.
weird evening already. So what do the two of you say to one another as you're walking behind your friends?
So, what's your take on our new companions?
That I'm
Like
gonna
'em.
be doing a lot more saving than I ever have with you.
Well, you've got a lot of practice, don't you?
Yeah, I
Good
don't
at-
have any practice being in multiple places at once, though.
I suppose. Well, you don't have to always say you looking out for them is fine. I can look
I
after
saved the
myself.
frog from hitting the ground at least 90 miles an hour just like an hour ago.
Oh wow! Wait, that actually, I kind of told him that it was not a good idea to parachute down that thing, but
yeah,
he didn't
I'm
really
getting
seem to-
the vibe that we can tell them it's a bad idea no matter what, kind of showing, like, gesturing to the area around, and they're not gonna listen. Kind of got that vibe.
Yeah, I suppose.
Can I
But when
not
have
even
we ever
subconsciously-
listened to people, though?
Can I make sure my coin purse is still on me? Can I just, because I
You
know these
search.
children.
And
I know
you find your coin purse. It's there.
Can I make sure it's tighter? Can I tuck it into a pocket as well as
You,
it
like,
being tied to
Take
my
it
side?
off and you two tuck it down into your pocket.
But in
Just
all
tuck
honesty,
your
Teal,
coin
when
purse.
have we ever listened to people? You know,
That's the thing. Like, I can't really tell them they're doing anything stupid because we've
Yeah.
done plenty of stupid things. But like,
I feel like we kind of fit in somehow weirdly. But except for that Baji, the Bunji person, she's mean.
she scares me. Like, I'm not gonna lie. She scares me a
She
lot.
doesn't scare me. She's just mean. No one can scare me. I'm the master of fear, but she's mean.
It's kind of like a awkward side hug to my brother. Also, while side hugging, tucking his coin purse into his pocket as well. Because I do not trust these fucking children.
Mhm.
What happened? What?
The kids tried to pickpocket me earlier today, so just keep
Oh.
wits about you. I actually
If
think I myself have a lock on my person. Can I lock it onto
Yes,
myself?
you can. Okay.
Thank you.
You lock it to your clothing. She
Can
just
I
sits
get a
there and is like,
key
No,
to use
mine.
it?
I'm locking mine to myself. You're on your own. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
so up in the
very
distance, both of you roll aware. Let's see what you hear.
Actually, why don't you just take mine for
Critical
safekeeping?
failure from Teo.
No. That's much better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me
I'll
too.
take Tagi's coin purse as well to just, and
Okay.
I'll lock it as well. I'll lock them both together
Okay.
on my person.
So you lock coin purses too.
Mm-hmm.
Teo, Tagi, you're unaware of what happens. As you're walking, you're talking to Teo. Teo, you hear a strange noise up ahead, and then sounds like someone letting air out of a compressor or something.
That's not a normal noise to be hearing, is it?
Wait, what does that mean? Do I know what that means? What that could be?
You didn't hear it.
I did.
You only got a 10. You didn't quite hear it. Teo's hearing it in the distance. Your
Oh,
allies
never mind.
are a few corridors away from you, basically, like a street. and a half.
What's wrong, Tio?
It's like snakes that make the kind of hissing noise before they attack, but make that like really robotic, and that's coming from the direction our friends just went. So we're gonna walk a little bit faster.
Oh shit! Okay.
The two of you like hurry very quickly, crossing an old street that's kind of barricaded up by a bunch of materials and boxes and whatnot. You turn a corner, and a few steps in, give me another aware roll, please.
Oh boy, we're gonna get ambushed by a child. 17.
There's a 17 and a 17.
Why am I rolling so fucking bad
So
today?
Toggy doesn't hear anything as he's kind of rushing with you in the direction of your allies. Teo, behind you, you hear a soft scrape sound, like metal on stone, and then a click.
Fuck.
Toggy's gonna reroll. You hear the same thing. I'll give it to you. You're only one off, so that's fine.
I immediately turn around. What the fuck is that?
And I'm gonna stay facing straight because I can see my brother turning because I don't trust that they're not gonna ambush us from the front if we turn around.
Mm-hmm. So you're facing front. Toggy turns around to look at what's behind you. Behind you, there is a small curve. You have just walked around the edge of a building, so you have to go and look around that side if you want to see what the sound was.
Don't.
Okay.
Don't.
Wait. But it's right there. I can
Don't.
just peek. But what is it? We don't know what it is.
I don't give a fuck what it is around the corner. I only give a fuck if it's right next to us.
I can just peek.
So you turn and peek. You look around the corner, and the walkway that you just came through, the little street section that was there, seems to have been blocked off by a sheet of metal.
What kind of metal?
You're not sure in the dark. You smell it. Little
There's
coppery.
metal
Who knows?
there now. That's weird. Who could have done it? Am I seeing anyone?
You're looking around. You happen to hear the sound.
I am speaking to the voice in the sky, and no one can hear me but my God.
You hear the sound of footsteps in the buildings on either side of you. There are, now that you look around, what look like little tiny peg holes that attach to poles that go inside these sections of the roofing that just go and pop out, and then you see nozzles appearing out the side, and there's a as a green gas begins filling the space.
I stick my staff in my stick
Run!
into one of those, so it like blows back.
That's, you start blocking that off, but more of it starts coming down across the
Run!
top of you.
Fuck!
We now
Okay, never
switch
mind.
to Ribort and Bungie. Back outside, you recognize that the roofing is a little bit compacted. You can try to find some ways through, but you're losing track of where your allies are. From my understanding, you went back down to street level. Is that correct, or were you still up on the roofs?
Yeah, I think that was the goal, was just go back down to warn them.
Okay. You've climbed back down to the bottom. Both of you give me an agile roll to remain hidden. Bungie,
Cool.
if you'd like to assist with some of your shadows, you can do so.
Yeah.
All right, both of you have a +2 to this roll.
Great.
There's a 10.
It's such a huge bonus.
And there's an
but
8, 9, 10. 2 10s. Are you okay with 10s?
I mean, together we're a 20.
Aha! But that's not.
Damn right. Can I use my courage, because instead of leaving what is very clearly a dangerous situation, I'm going to go and warn my friends.
That is a courageous action. You're trying to help your friends even in hard
Let's
times.
go.
I'll give you that.
Nope.
16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Excellent. 22 is great. Why do you have a +5 to your
What do you
agile right
think?
now?
So I have a +1 and then +2, you said, from
Yeah.
a friend, and then I have a +3 on stealth because of my quirk.
Right. Okay.
I've got
And that
a
is a-
21 and then 22 and
Excellent.
23, right? For
Yes.
the- yeah.
Great rolls. I will now be rolling opposing you. Okay.
I say good luck, but I mean it in the stage way.
So the two of you make it down to street level, and you start following after your allies at a cautious clip, darkening the area, pulling out what light you can, Bungie, while Ribort stays nearby, and the two of you creep forward. What does that look like? Do you just like another Pink Panther moment, or is there like some communication happening, or?
So at least on my end. So first of all, Robert wears stage black, right? Like their outfit and clothes are stage black stuff anyway, and their froggy exposed skin. It's not like it can't go invisible, but it does kind of shift a little bit based on environment. It usually it's different shades of blue. So like at this point, I imagine since we're under covers, like I'm kind of like a deep navy, which like when you're not looking very closely looks pretty close to black.
That's true. Okay.
Yeah, I'm wearing my ninja garb anyway.
You put it back on, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was wearing it anyway. It was just the gator part of it, basically.
Yeah.
And then, huh?
By the way, Bungie, this is a very different outfit.
Oh. Well, I look great in anything.
So I'm gonna pull. And she believes it. That's what's fun.
It's not a lie.
Right. I'm gonna do kind of like it's actually a little creepy when she pulls shadows because it's like actually pulling shadows, right? So I don't know why in my head I think of like the scene in Ghosts where the shadow things like come up and then like pull him down, but without the ghost parts of it, just like kind of shadows and yeah. God, that was a scary sound too, but that doesn't happen because that'd be terrifying. We'll save that for later. But yeah, so basically just like a sphere of shadow encasing us in a warm and loving hug.
So the two of you, covered in shadows and acting all ninja-like pretty much, tiptoe forward down these alleyways.
But I take the prettiest shadows for myself.
Of course. Taking these narrow spaces and following after your friends. A little while into it, you see a couple of figures come out and immediately grab a hold of some paneling on the side of the building and just scrape it across the walkway and slam it in place and lock it. Those individuals turn, not really noticing you, and go into buildings on either side of the alleyway that your friends seem to have just passed beyond. Shortly after that, a hissing noise can be heard, and you can see smoke starting to come out through the spaces and the gaps in this structure.
That we're in or not in?
Not that you're in. So you're standing outside of it, like if you're looking at a box that's being filled with gas. Very shortly, there is a loud thud noise. And, yeah, you find yourselves here on the other side of whatever this event was.
That seems like it was not beneficial for us.
Probably an unhealthy thing just happened.
I agree.
Was it the children that were moving that were like stuff around, or were they like
Those were full adult-sized individuals,
like plague masky people? Okay.
Doggy should take some of this bit for his show. This is like very creepy.
It's ominous.
So we're the smallest people here. How do you suppose we help?
We encourage and assist in leaving as quickly as possible.
A very small whiff of this gas starts moving through the air. Use brains, Ribort. As an alchemist, you might have some knowledge of it.
But of course.
Ribort, I thought you got your nervous farts under control. Oh.
No, they smell a little better themselves.
So this, you smell it, and you recognize the smell of an anesthetic that you typically used when you were dissecting, or not dissecting, but rather operating upon other creatures in the.
Is that a Freudian slip? What just happened?
Well, maybe.
Did you
Anyways,
just say
in the
dissected to a
university,
frog?
you've had to, on occasion, perform operations on creatures and extract certain things for alchemical solutions. This was something that you used in that to knock out the beings. They didn't have any pain, but it would definitely put people to sleep, and the amounts that are kind of pouring into the room, even to account with the amount of air that's in here and the space that's in it, is probably a non-lethal dose.
Wait. Do you have any way of maybe airflow or
cracking a window?
But maybe of a larger degree, because otherwise they are going to be out.
The two of you are
Not
talking.
dead, but
Give me an aware roll one more time.
Yeah.
How close have you gotten to this barricaded area? Are you still staying back a ways?
I think we
far
stopped.
enough away to not be impacted by the gas.
Okay. From the
please.
distance that you're at, you
Oui.
can hear the sound of footsteps of some doors or slats opening somewhere. Seems to be maybe on the other side of the metal wall. You can also hear some communications happening as if from behind a mask, but you can't tell what they're saying from this distance.
All right, here's what I think we should do. So just make sure I understand. Our friends are behind the wall now,
Yes.
right? Like stepped in. All right, I think we should do instruction and extraction. I can make very loud noise that will hopefully make them not pay attention to our friends. And then maybe we can wake them up.
That's not usually how chemical agents that knock you out work.
What if we distract the people? The first part of that, we take their plague masks, wear
Yes.
them on our faces, and
And then
then
they will also fall asleep.
that too. It's a perfect plan.
All
And
right.
then we figure out how to move people that are like 5 times our weight in general. But we
Well,
can
I
get
might-
to there when we get there.
I might be able to make some kind of smelling salt or something to counteract, but yeah, that is a later problem. Current problem is just getting the mask.
Okay, got it.
All right.
So, what do you do from
yes.
here?
I have some spark powder. So I want to make it sound like some gunshots are going off near their building.
All right, so you're going to set off that. And what do you anticipate happening after that, Beck?
My guess is they're either going to scatter or run towards to defend their building. At the very least, they're going to be moving and distracted. So my hope would be then, Bungie, you could be in some shadows or just hiding and be ready to grab a mask, and I'll try and grab another one. And
All right, so you're going to try to draw out some of these
Do it.
individuals and see if you can steal the masks off of their faces.
Just like gonna crouch.
Gunshot powder goes off. You set a little charge. You give it a little trail so you can hide off to the side. Bungie on either one of you on either side of this space. Bang! It goes off. Individuals hear it and are aware that there's something outside. Suddenly, the little sliding slat doors on either side of the metal wall that's been placed there, just kind of open up, and you see two individuals. You see anything?
Lay yoink.
Give me an agile
Really?
roll as you attempt to yoink it off. It is leather attached with straps behind his head, but
We've clearly established that Bungie is knowledgeable in the use of straps, so I should have a bonus.
just
So,
roll. I'm not gonna give you.
Hyson,
Knowledge of straps.
Hyson, what I would like to do,
Mm-hmm.
can I use Tracer on my zipline grapple to have it hit and pull this mask off of someone's face?
I will let you use Tracer to direct your zip line so that it effectively hits, but you'll still have to have the strength to pull it off there. I'll give you some bonuses because the zip line grapple is strong on its own.
Yeah, I'm down for
I
that.
have a question.
Yes, Teo.
Could I have rolled tough to at least partially resist some of this booty juice?
Yeah, give me a tough roll. Let's see what you do with this booty juice.
Same, can I too?
That is not good enough.
I like that you rolled with that, Sinan, that you sat down and literally just heard beauty juice,
26.
booty juice, and then we're like,
No,
can I do that too?
Sorry,
I would
there's
like to start-
stuff happening in the house, but every
Teo.
time I get up, I take out the earphones so I can hear what's going on. I can follow things.
Teo, I will need you to roll one more time.
Okay. I'm scared, but sure.
Okay.
24.
All right. Orion, Aran, I will give you a tough roll as well, just to see how well you handle it.
Because if I see people coming out of those slats, it's a foot to the neck.
I am not.
How'd you all
Instead, can I
handle your
roll
booty
to
juice?
slow down time around me?
It seems like a good time to use an ace.
Casual question.
This is a difficult situation because this is a GM's
Steve and I agree.
penalty because of a
Fair.
critical fail roll previously.
That's fair.
Ori, I'm going to make you re-roll.
Steven's fault.
My nat 20?
Yep, you did not get a nat 20.
Okay.
Okay, there we
That's
are.
great. Thanks. Love that so much. That's great.
To be fair, this
You
is
chose
a
this.
revenge for your nat 1 earlier.
Yes,
So
this is the outcome of your previous nat 1. All
That
right.
you so generously wanted to share with all of us.
Hey, I just got my nat 20. Take it away.
I still don't feel bad
Anti-booty
for you.
juice was given to Ori from Big B's. An ace has come
of
your way.
course.
But I will not allow you to use it for another roll right now. You can have it for later, though. Bungie
B's, I
and
love you and I miss you.
Rivort.
So I do want to clarify. So as they're coming out, and I'm doing this in front of the door, the grab will be at the tip of the Plague Doctor mask and pull backwards, which should negate some of the strappage.
Okay, so give me your agile roll. Let's see if you overcome the opponent. And
We've
Rivort, give me
offended bees.
your brains roll and give it a +2
Okay.
for the assistance.
Yeah.
in grappling hook.
Great.
What was
And I
the-
would basically be shooting for the same spot with the grapple.
Okay. First opponent against Bungie. Bungie gets an 18. The opponent critically fails, and that mask comes off right away. Ribort, your roll is a 7 versus a 16.
Gonna use an ace.
Okay.
Because that was kind of bad. Wee. Oh,
There you go. Significantly
there
better.
we go.
So, a brief moment. You see some of this as they open the door. There is a bit of this chemical coming out. Bungie holds her breath and just yanks this thing right off this guy's face.
Actually, I would like to do it with a flourish, which would be the like grab, then bump it on my elbow and directly onto.
There
my
you go.
face.
Oh, like
It's
flipping
a
someone's
little
like hat.
large. It's a
Yep.
little large, so you're having to like
Yeah.
squeeze it
Performer.
on your face. And obviously, it doesn't quite fit the oblong nature, and there's a bit of bad breath still inside of it. But
It's not
do have it on
passion
now.
forward.
Mm.
Ribort,
Halitosis.
and there's a snap as one of the belts on the back of the head comes off. The guy like stumbles forward a couple of feet, and then the mask is in your hands. It does not fit right for a frog, but you can put it over the front of your nose.
Mhm.
You just kind of stuff it and hold it on your
I
face.
know it is something. Bungie, I believe that the plan has worked.
A few steps forward, and these
All
individuals are
right.
like reaching for you, trying to get their masks. And very quickly they go, and they both fall
Night
over.
night.
I'm sure
So-
it's not terrifying having tiny green-bodied person and
We
with a
see-
giant Plague Doctor mask.
We see the
Yeah,
door
blue
left
frog.
open that these two individuals came out of. That leads kind of further into this maze that heads towards the warehouse. We see Teo, elbows flying, knees and fists going, and getting very wobbly headed, and starting to have the sensation that you can't quite fight back. You're still struggling, but after a little while, you start being dragged off. Hazily aware of what's going on. Tagi's completely unconscious and being dragged by his feet in front of you. And what you hear is, "Folks will be happy about this. Couple more individuals we can toss into the pit. We'll get a bunch of money for some of these fights. It'll be great." And as we see Aran and Ori being dragged as well.
I'm excited to be in a fight ring, though. I shouldn't be, but I'm excited to be in a fight ring.
Teo
Very
Loki
much
stops
not a
flailing
fighter.
and goes, okay.
We see the scene shift to an underground casino type event happening, built into this section of the warehouse that is also partially below ground. A hidden oasis, as it were, for crime in the area, led by a man there that just kind of looks over everyone. All right, what do we have here? As he stares at all of these unconscious individuals, he like points over at Teo and goes, "That one's first." And that's where the scene fades out for tonight. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. We hope you have enjoyed yourselves here tonight as we have played another episode of Cirque Noir. Our circus performers are now being captured and brought to underground cage matches for money.
Some
It'll be-
of our why are we always Ribort and I are always lumped in with the delinquent. We are
Honestly,
okay?
actually,
Everybody else
like
is
like
in
Tails
I
doing a great
resist
job.
anesthesia enough to throw several punches.
Yeah, like
So
Tails doing great physical, but like we're just we're just being very responsible.
Fine.
This is the last time I'm ever nice. I'm stealing from those children next time.
Good night,
Damn
bees.
straight.
So we'll go around the table as usual and say our farewells for the night. Give some people some, I don't know, talk about something. I don't even care what. Ren, you're up first, Gwen.
All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you again to the Raiders who stuck around. We appreciate it. Throw us a follow. We're pretty cool people. My name's Gwen, also known as McSherry. I'm often found over there, modding in chat, but every other Wednesday, I get to be here in front of the camera and have some fun with these fabulous people whom I adore. Right now, the biggest thing that I can plug is joining us and hanging out because we're all pretty awesome. Also, is it in July? It's in July, right, Tyson?
July.
July 8th?
The stream, the
Yes,
charity stream.
Yes.
July 8th, Charity Stream, the Extra Life Charity Foundation stream on Luna's channel, Gamer Mom Luna.
Yes.
We'll be playing a Darkest Dungeon inspired Aetherd Steamworks crazy thing that day.
And everybody should come and watch that as well.
Absolutely.
That's it for me.
Thank you. Ori, Steven, your turn.
Hello, everyone. I am Stephen, L. Deviant Devil, and I'm sorry I got us all in this little mess. I'm
You're
sure it'll
not.
be fine.
You're not really sorry.
I'm sure it'll be fine. No, I like a good adventure. However, this is where you can catch me right now every other Wednesday with these wonderful people I am proud to call friends and table mates because some of my favorite peeps, and we have a lot of shenanigans. Call out to Shannon, and it's really good times. So stick around, have a follow, see what escapades we get into, because I must say, you guys, I am quite thrilled with this ensemble of crazy characters, and I think it's going to be wild. I am having so much fun already, and it's only episode 3, so let's go.
100% agree. Some amazing characters you've all come up with. And can I give a shout out to Rob for blinking as a frog does and making sure to once as well on. All right, Tagi, Sanan, your turn.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sanan. I'm playing Tagi. You can find me once every 2 weeks here, playing this game with these amazing people who I love very much. And I'm also trying. I'm just like, it just hit me that I've like basically like finally met a bunch of you in person, and we'll meet the rest soon too. And I'm very happy about that fact. And it's like, oh shit, like frenzy makeover the internet is real. I mean, we already knew that, but you know what I mean.
I'm so
it's
happy
just
to
like,
see you all have legs.
yeah, exactly. Like
Legs.
You guys
now
have
I know you're
legs?
not
I don't have
AI
legs.
generated by Midjourney or whatever. So yeah, it's yeah, you can find me here doing this. Besides that, I don't really have anything to plug other than like films I'm producing in New York, which is exciting, but I don't. But there's nothing done yet, so there's nothing to really talk
Oh,
about.
by the way, making films.
I mean,
No,
it's
Banshee.
well, I don't know how much to share about that stuff though. You know, it's like kind of weird. It's but yeah,
It's
there.
Media
I don't know.
Griffin,
It's
right? You can follow Media Griffin or wait,
Cinegriffin.
but it's
Cinegriffin.
Cinegriffin.
oh boy, it's a whole other.
Follow
You're
it.
gonna have to hear that. Love you all. Thank you guys for coming.
All right,
I'm gonna hide now in
Rob,
the
your
Sandra house.
turn.
That's me. Hi, I'm Rob. You can find me here every other week. You can also find me every week, except for Fifth Mondays, on the Game Woven podcast, where an actual play, experimental, collaborative world building storytelling experience, where we play a bunch of world building games, linking them all together in fun and unique ways every time. We just finished off couple very interesting games revolving around 2 different queens. And next Monday we will have Adversary, the first part of the game that
Nice.
TT Benjamin, a good friend of the channel, and created, and Tyson Burris did the art for and the layout for. So come check us out at Game Woven on Twitter and wherever you get podcasts.
Absolutely. Awesome show. Awesome people. Highly recommend.
Some great folks and some great guests.
Indeed. Shannon, your turn.
Hi. I also think all of y'all are great, but I'm not convinced y'all have legs yet. But eventually, that I'm sure that will happen. Yeah, I'm here every 2 weeks. That's it. Other than that, I'm trying to politic and union, so I'm busy now. So, but I love you all, and joining the labor movement. Also, Sinan, you're giving me like Brendan Urie Mona Lisa vibes when you had the tie on and the thing. I just had to say that. It needed to be said. And I love everybody, and I love especially the love there with the Anna and the Robbie, because that was like a whole lovey thing that occurred recently, and I just like super sad I didn't get to go, but I'm trying to focus on the fact that I'm just so fucking happy for you guys because you're so goddamn cute. And then everybody else, I just love, and thanks for hanging out with me and playing. And I'm sorry, Sinan, I'm gonna continue to be mean to you because you told me I couldn't. And now
fine, you made your point. You made your point.
And
You're
she's gonna
better
keep
at
making
being
it.
mean than
That's
me.
great. No, I'm mean to Tagi. Could never be mean to Sinan.
All right. And
I think the only time I've ever been mean to people in this area is when I first started playing games with them for the first time, and so like there was like no, like right when we were playing Monster Hearts, it was like for the
I'm
first
like,
time
you
ever,
were
so-
very mean in several iterations of Monster Hearts.
But that was
I don't
like
think
we
I've
were
ever
just
played a
playing
Monster Hearts
games
game
together.
with you
for
where
the
you
first
weren't
time.
mean.
You literally created a character that shouted like mean things at people all the time to motivate them. So
But
that
it was
like
not
an
a love. It was very clearly out of love.
There was an
That
entire
character,
year of abusing people verbally.
that character cared so much, and
Now,
it
do
was
I
so
need to
obvious.
remind you of your Queen character in the Monster Hearts game when we first
Yeah.
played, where I was playing the
Again,
Mortal?
first time we played ever together. It's different.
So what
But
Sinan is
also-
saying is he supports being mean to strangers, but not to
Exactly.
friends.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. Be mean to strangers.
Supports being mean to get to know people.
Yes.
Not,
However,
not
however,
to know
like
them.
as Caleb, I literally kicked the bullet out of the way because I cared for someone, and then I had a hole in my shoe the entire game. Yeah, come on.
Which
Hey,
you
you
did
got
about the
capture was mean,
entire
but-
time.
You got magic boots from it, so.
Yeah, it became a joke, but still.
Oh, so what you're saying is you're not mean to these characters because you don't care about them.
No, not.
I'm sorry.
Anna, your turn.
I care about.
I'm
I'm just never
Hi,
gonna win. Never
I'm
mind.
Anna, also known as Sanctum Cosplays. You can also find me here every other Wednesday playing Teo, who doesn't want to be excited about a fight ring, but Anna is excited for Teo in a fight ring because that'll be fun. And I'm sure my dice will decide that it's not the way Teo is it's not going to end well, but that's okay. It'll be fun nonetheless. I did want to point out, I don't think we've ever tried to have someone flirt our way out of a situation. So if someone wants to take that up and attempt to do that instead of fighting, Teo will not. Teo will fully, take a fist to the face. But if someone else wants to try and flirt our way out, that might be helpful.
I know Gwen.
Yeah, I was also going to say
Gwen.
Gwen might
Aaron.
be the
I
Gwen's
find a
great.
negative one charming, but I'm down.
If you have the right brew
you're
on board,
pretty.
it doesn't matter what your charming is.
Also, eventually find me in a Lancer, I think we decided podcast, but I can be corrected. We are finishing up casting now for Eden's Fall, which is a Lancer actual play. I'm very excited. I am playing a very know-it-all 16-year-old who built her mech from scratch, so it'll be very fun. So yeah, you can keep an eye out for that. I'll make sure to continuously plug that, but I'm very excited for Fight Club. I'm very excited.
We don't
All
talk
right.
about that.
We don't talk about that. All right,
Well,
everybody.
that's why they had to gas you first, apparently.
Maybe if we just start chanting Robert Paulson, it'll be better.
Oh God.
Oh, I like that. His name is Robert Paulson.
All right, everybody. Thank you very much for
Report.
watching and for popping in. We will be back next, not this Friday, but the following Friday with the messengers. Man, I'm tired at this point. And where they will continue trying not to die as the forest that they chose to cross without any survival skills whatsoever amongst anyone in the party continues to cause them problems, all for shortcuts and money. Anyway.
We would never do any of that.
You would never do anything like that. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for watching again, and have a wonderful evening. Goodbye.